Hi, I'm Dave. Hi, everybody. How you doing? Let me wait till there's a few more people. I want to give a shout out to Cheshire. Did me a solid. And I appreciate that. Dun, dun, dun. How's everybody doing this morning? Well, afternoon. Howdy. Howdy ho. Yeah. She's super nice. About I want to say I woke up about an hour ago. So yeah. I'm in Arizona, so it's just now noon here, so everywhere else it's a little later. But yeah. And I love those degen hours. Hey Pendar, how you doing? Happy Monday. Welcome to the stream. Hey Lauren, how you doing? Still getting things pulled up. I was running a little late today. Normally I'm up at like 9. Today I slept in until 11 because I was up playing until 4 a.m. Because I had combos with a few other streamers. Doing my thing. I know how that feels, Pendar. Definitely been there. Doing what I can. No, I can't be in a cult. Sorry. I already belong to a cult. It's the dwarfs. Like like we dig holes underground and mine for diamonds and stuff. It's a weird thing. Like, it's an Arizona thing. Strict rules. Yeah, and Lauren's our leader. Yeah, but we have diamonds. Can't be diamonds with cookies. Oh. What do I want to cover today? I know I had a list of things that people sent me. I will start going through those. Cleaning out that bucket. Should actually make a live bucket for that stuff. Great, you get to wear pink and go to prison on Wednesdays. Damn. I could eat diamonds? You're right, I can't eat diamonds. I might have to upgrade my teeth. You make a no, I'm still good. Yep, still good. I like being individual, keeping to myself. It's fun. There you go, Lauren. You got a new recruit. Let's see. Somebody wanted me to react to Scary AF Entertainment. Wow, so I got sent a lot of videos there. I'm gonna get this guys out of the way first. Well, we'll start with a nice opening, just to keep everybody's palate nice and ready, prepped for the day. This video is from The Guardian. I'm not the absolute best at this stuff, so bear with me. Oh. Important. She's in here trying to lure people to her cult with snacks. I'm a big boy. It's hard for me to resist snacks. We all know this. But I'm staying strong. Oh, wrong one. Poop. I gave it away. This is a very important video to me.
Mr. Ponton, I believe you have a filter turned on in the video settings. You might want to...
that's the trick.
Can you hear me, Judge?
I can hear you. I think it's a filter.
It is, and I don't know how to remove it. I've got my assistant here. She's trying.
You can keep trying, but
I'm prepared to go forward.
Highly doubt there will be any progress.
I'm here live.
Sorry.
I'm not a cat.
I can see that. I think if you click the up arrow next to this.
This is the most adorable video.
I'm prepared to go forward with it. Trying to, but I'm prepared to go forward with it. I'm here live. I'm not a cat.
I'm
here live. I'm not a cat.
I'm here live. I'm not a cat. I fucking love it. This is my favorite video. Sorry. This is my favorite video I was sent from yesterday. I can replay that like 8,000 times and it never really gets old. I freaking love it. I assure you, I am not a cat. Alright, so this is a new video or a new channel that I haven't had access to before, so I don't really know what to expect from it. But it's called Tales from the Streets. This video is called Interview Gone Wrong. Here, I'll link it in chat so that way if you want to see it without me interrupting and talking over it, you're welcome to check out the original. I'll try to give credit to the original whenever I can. While I have everybody here, I do want to give a special shout out to Cheshire Cat. I just want to thank her for pulling down the video. Politely. It was great, and I will do my best to fulfill your wishes. I will try to get people to lay off of you. I will do my best. Thank you. And I will proceed with the video.
You all right, bro?
I have too many screens open on this other monitor.
Bro, you all right?
Oh no.
What's your name, bro?
My name's David.
David. How old are you?
29 turbos.
You're 29. What's the situation? You homeless?
What's up, Chasing
No.
Justice? How you
What
doing?
are you doing out here?
Who's in the right corner must be a dog person. I assure you, I am
all right,
not
bro?
a cat.
Yeah.
What are you doing
Otherwise,
out
you'd be okay with being a cat.
Honestly, just having fun. Being a stripper, being a male stripper, having fun, going on, go gadgets for a couple of other books. Again, like, here's that, here's this, and we're about to get some money ready for me.
here? Where you going, bro? How you gonna come up?
I don't know what this stuff is. Didn't Alice eat a cookie and then like she became really small and fell into the rabbit hole or something?
Bro, you
This
wanna
guy
finish this
definitely
interview?
ate the shroom cookie.
Here, hold the mic. Come this way. All right, man. What are you going through right now? What are you feeling, bro?
Alright, yeah. This isn't my kind of content. I don't want to watch like a guy who's drugged out. That's not what I want. Sorry guys. If you're into that stuff, there's the link. You can feel free to watch that. That's not the type of stuff I really enjoy. No offense, but thank you for sending it, whoever did. I gave it a shot. It's not really my kind of thing. I like the crime stuff, but not so much that. Alright, so there's a serial killer documentary we could check out. I've got a lot. Since I told people my DMs were open for true crime stuff, I got a lot of videos sent to me, so see what I can do. Alice did eat a lot of, or it was a tart, wasn't it? Which is a cookie, I guess. Let me copy this. Yeah. That's not really my thing. Just making fun. All I can really do with that video is like make fun of that dude for being high, and that's not what I'm about. That's not my lane. I know my lane. My lane is not making fun of people. True. Yep. Alice is a good movie. Story, I should say.
Before we start, let me remind you of the channel membership for the...
This is... What is this channel, actually? I'm gonna shout it out. Serial killer documentaries. Okay, so that's where I... Oh, yep. It's a pretty simple name. Pretty straightforward. I'm pretty sure I'm going to know what they're going to talk about. Makes sense.
this channel. If you click the join
Me
button
too.
right below
I'll
the
do what
like
I
button,
want.
you can join the membership and support the channel for as low as
I'll do what I
99
want.
cents per month. In return, you will get a cool Jason Voorhees mask badge next to your name when you comment on any of my videos, and 4 emotes that you can use in live stream and premieres chat. Ed Gein, Ted Bundy, Jeffrey Dahmer, and Edmund Kemper. Show this channel some love. Now,
Wait, are you telling me Kemper is a serial killer? No, just kidding.
back to our video. When Officer Daniel Wright of the South San Francisco Police responded to a routine shoplifting call at South City Lumberyard, he had no idea what he was about to uncover. All that he knew was that a sales clerk had witnessed an Asian man hiding a bench vise inside his jacket and had asked another employee to call the police.
Or are we playing golf?
When he arrived at the scene, he pulled up next to a 1980 Honda Prelude and was approached by the clerk and another larger man with a beard.
We got 4
The clerk
emotes.
pointed out the vise, which lay in the open trunk
Hi,
of the
Val.
Honda, and told...
What do you mean we got 4 emotes? I'm so confused. I have emotes? I'm lost. I'm lost.
Told Wright that he had seen the Asian man put it there before running off.
Val and me. How are
Wright
you
looked
doing
into the car
this
and saw another
afternoon?
bag containing
It's not
what
morning,
he thought was a
I
handgun.
swear.
After a closer inspection of the bag, he found
Even though
a
I just got
loaded
up an hour
22
ago.
revolver and a silencer. At this point, the bearded man approached Wright and showed him a sales receipt. "Here's the receipt," he said. "I've paid for the vice my friend took. There's no need for the police." Without answering, Officer Wright returned to his car and used his radio to check the Honda's registration number. While he was waiting for a response, he asked the bearded man, "Who does this car belong to?" The man replied, "Lonnie Bond." "Where is she?" Wright asked. "Up north," came the reply. At the time, Wright returned to the radio and was informed that the Honda's registration number, 838WFQ, belonged to a Buick registered in the name of Lonnie Bond. After advising the man that swapping the registration
Hell yeah.
plates was a crime, Wright
like
asked for
trying new
ID
things.
and was given a driver's license
I've been
in the
watching a lot of
name of Robin
interrogation
S.
stuff,
Stapley,
so we're
a
gonna try something a
26-year-old
little
San
different.
Diego resident. At that point, Wright became increasingly suspicious as the bearded man looked considerably older than the age stated on the license. Wright then picked up the gun and asked the man, "Don't you know it's illegal to carry a silenced weapon?" "It's not mine. It belongs to Lonnie. I just use it to shoot beer cans."
Make it look
Wright
better.
then used the radio a second time to check the serial number of the weapon and found that it was registered to Robin S. Stapley. "You're under arrest," Wright told the bearded man. "What for?" "Owning an illegal weapon." "I told you, it's not mine," the man replied. "You say that you're Stapley, right? Well, the gun is registered in your name." After handcuffing the man and reading him his rights, Officer Wright locked him in the rear of the car and returned to the sales clerk to obtain a description of the other man, which he then
True.
broadcast. Asian male, slight build, about 25, last
Hi,
seen
I'm
wearing
Dave.
a parka. After arranging for the Honda to be towed to the police impound yard, Wright drove his prisoner to South City Police Station, where he was placed in an interrogation room and told to empty his pockets. Among his possessions, he had a travel receipt in the name of Charles Gunnar. "Who's Gunnar?" Wright asked. At that point, another officer advised Wright that the vehicle identification number on the Honda revealed that it belonged to a man named Paul Cosner, who had been reported missing to the San Francisco police 9 months earlier. When Wright told the bearded man what he had been told, the man went pale and asked for a pen and paper and a glass of water.
So far, my only criticism is that the narrator is talking really fast. I'm getting lost a little bit, but could slow it down, extend his video a bit.
"Are you going to write a confession?" Wright asked. "No," the man answered. "Just a note to my wife." After asking for his handcuffs
these
to be
voices
released,
sound the
the man
same.
scribbled a short note and placed it in his shirt pocket. "I can have that delivered for you if you like," Wright told him. The man then said, "I didn't think a lousy bench vice would bring me to this." When Wright asked him to repeat what he'd said, the man continued, "My friend's name is Charlie Cheetah Ing. Cheetah pronounced Cheetah and Ing pronounced Ing." He then told Wright that his real name was Leonard Lake and that he was a fugitive wanted by the FBI. Without saying another word, Lake then took something
I know
from
he's
the
reading a
lapel of his shirt and
transcript,
placed
but-
it in his mouth. Within seconds, his eyes rolled back in his head and he went into convulsions. Wright called for help and checked the prisoner's pulse.
It just reminds me of the Anchorman thing. If he'll read whatever's on the screen. Ing pronounced Ing and Cheetah pronounced Cheetah.
He was
sorry.
alive, but just barely. Police later discovered that Lake had taped 2 cyanide capsules to the underside of his shirt lapel. As the paramedics carried Lake to an ambulance and conveyed him to hospital, Wright wondered why a man would want to kill himself over a stolen car. He was soon to get his answer. It wasn't long before South San Francisco police knew that they had more than a simple case of shoplifting on their hands, especially when they discovered bloodstains on the front passenger's seat of the
Oh,
Honda, a bullet
great.
hole above it near the sun visor, and 2 spent shell casings under the seat. Paul Cosner, 39, the original owner of the Honda and a trader of used cars, had disappeared on November 2nd, 1984, after he told his girlfriend that he was meeting with a weird-looking guy to
That's
show him the
awesome.
car. He was never seen again. The car and
How
the property
expensive
were
is
later
it to
moved
hire
San
a voice
Francisco,
actor
as
for
detectives
to
from
read
the
a
missing
story?
persons unit there were investigating the disappearance of
I was
Paul
always
Cosner.
curious about that.
Among the property were several bank and credit cards and other documents in the name of Robin Scott Stapley, which had been found in the glove compartment. A check made with San Diego police revealed that Stapley was one of the founding members of the San Diego chapter of the Guardian Angels, a national organization that had been formed to protect private citizens from criminal attacks and generally aid the police.
Most of these don't tend to make me queasy as long as they don't involve kids. Once they start involving kids, that's when I get really queasy and angry. If it's adults and adults, I'm not as freaked out. It's still fucked up, but I don't freak out the way I do when I tried to watch some of the ones that like talk about kids killing kids, and I'm like, this is just horrible.
He had been missing since the previous April. Another bank card in the name of Randy Jacobson was also found amongst the property, as was a Pacific Gas and Electric bill in the name of Clara Lynn Balaz. The address shown on the bill was a post office box in Wilseyville, California, a region 150 miles east of San Francisco at the foot of the Sierra Nevada mountains. After checks with PG&E, police discovered that Balaz was Lake's ex-wife and was living in San Bruno, just a few short miles from the lumberyard where Lake had been arrested. On Monday, June 3, 1985, two detectives from San Francisco Missing Persons, Tom Eisenman and Irene Brunn, went to interview Balaz. When asked about the Wilseyville address, Balaz told the police that it related to a cabin that her father owned near San Andreas, Calaveras County. When the detectives asked for directions to the cabin, Balaz explained that it was in a remote location and could only be found by someone familiar with the area. The detectives then made arrangements for Balaz to take them to the cabin the following day, as they first required authorization from the Calaveras Sheriff's Department to conduct a search. The following day, after meeting with Sheriff Ballard and obtaining the necessary clearance, Eisenman, Brunn, and two other officers supplied by Ballard met Balaz and Lake's mother, Gloria Eberling, at a grocery store located on Highway 88, a short distance from the cabin. When the detectives asked Balaz why she was late for their appointment, she explained that she had been to the cabin prior to meeting them. The police then advised her that if she had removed any evidence, she could be found guilty of obstructing justice. Balaz explained that she had been looking for videos that Lake had taken of her in the nude and had only wanted to save herself from embarrassment. Shortly after, Balaz led them up Blue Mountain Road, and after just 2 turns, they drove past a cinder block structure and came to the cabin. Contrary to Balaz's advice, it had been relatively easy to find. After asking Balaz to unlock the cabin, Brunn and Calaveras Deputy Sheriff Arain conducted a search of the interior, while Eisenman and the other deputy looked around the grounds. The cabin was comprised of 2 bedrooms, a kitchen, and a bathroom. The first thing that Brunn noted on entering the room was a spray of reddish-colored stains on the living room ceiling. On one wall was a mural of a forest scene. In the middle of the scene was a single, small-caliber bullet hole. Entering the kitchen, Brunn found another similar bullet hole in the floor. The master bedroom held a 4-poster bed that had electrical cords tied to each of its posts. Bolted through the floor at each corner of the bed were heavy eye bolts, and above it, a 250-watt floodlight had been fastened to the wall. To one side of the bed was a dresser, which contained an assortment of women's lingerie, many of which were soiled with dark red stains. Moving to the bed, Brunn lifted one corner of the mattress. Below it was a second mattress. It too was heavily stained with what looked like dried blood. Returning to the front room, she was shown a television and 2 items of audio duplicating equipment by Deputy Varain. All the serial numbers had been erased. Brunn later found that the audio equipment belonged to Harvey Dubbs, a San Francisco resident who, with his wife and baby son, had disappeared on July 24, 1984. The family was last seen by a neighbor.
It's a lot of places where they're finding bloodstains in this guy's house. What the fuck? That and the car with a bullet hole in the roof above the visor? Jesus.
Who saw them talking to 2 men who had come to the house to inquire about the equipment which Harvey Dubbs had advertised for sale in a local paper. Brunn then left the property with Varain and drove to the office of the San Andreas District Attorney and spoke with Assistant DA John Martin, who, after listening to their report, agreed that they had sufficient evidence to request a search warrant for the whole property. After obtaining the warrant from Judge Douglas Mewini, Brunn and Varain returned to the property and conducted a brief interview with Balaz and Eberling, questioning them about their previous visit to the cabin. Eberling refused to answer any questions, and Balaz became evasive, stating only that her parents had bought the cabin from the fat guy. When she had finished with Balaz and her mother, Eisenman took Brunn to another part of the yard and showed her an incinerator with thick fireproof walls that were capable of withstanding extreme temperatures. Aware that the previous occupants of the cabin were in some way involved in the disappearance of several people, Brunn and Eisenman decided that a detailed examination of the entire area, including the incinerator and the mysterious concrete bunker, was a priority. As their search warrant didn't cover the locked bunker, Brunn asked Balaz if she would give them consent to search it. Balaz responded to their request angrily, suggesting that they talk to Lake's partner, Charles Ng. Brunn asked for more details on Ng and was told that he was an
Okay. Imagine a tampon, since, you know, it has like the string and like the plastic applicator or whatever it's called. If you hold the applicator and pull the string and it shot out like a party popper. I think that's what happened. Sorry. Terrible visuals.
Asian
Terrible
normally
visuals.
hung out with Lake. When asked if she had seen Ing recently, Balaz told the detectives that Ing had rung the previous day and asked her to drive him to his apartment to pick up a paycheck. She then told them that Ing had packed a suitcase with clothes, a .22 handgun, ammunition, a large amount of cash, and 2 IDs, a California driver's license and a social security card, both in the name of Mike Himoto. Afterward, she had driven him to the United Airlines terminal at San Francisco Airport, but had no idea where
You
he was
think
going.
this is a tampon,
Balaz was then asked
but
more
it's
information
really...
on Lake and told the
Jesus.
detectives that she and Lake had met at a Renaissance fair in Marin County and had married after dating for a short time. As his best man, Lake had chosen Charles Gunnar, a longtime friend who, at just 5'8", weighed nearly 400 pounds, prompting Balaz to christen him the Fat Man. Shortly after the wedding, which was paid for by Gunnar, the couple moved to Philo in Mendocino, where Lake found work managing a motel. Within a year, Ing had arrived and moved in with Lake and his new wife. According to Balaz,
Shit.
Lake and
Why
Ing
is
got
LBG
on well, as
not
they were
showing
both
up in the
former
normal
Marines.
chat?
In 1982, 5 months after his
Hi,
arrival,
LBG.
Ing left
For
for several
some
days
reason,
and returned late one night driving a pickup.
I don't know why.
Balaz told the
You weren't
detectives that on the
available
night of
in
Ing's
the top
return,
chat.
he and
Only
Lake had
live-
performed
I
a
had to
strange
drop down to
dance
live
in the
chat to
yard
see
and
you.
later unpacked some crates from the truck and placed them in a shed. Early the following morning, an FBI SWAT team raided the property
slept
and
in today.
arrested Ing and Lake and charged them in relation to the theft of weapons from a military base in Hawaii. Lake was later released on $30,000 bail, which was paid by Gunnar, while Ing, who was still considered a
Nice,
serving member
nice.
of the Marine Corps, was court-martialed and sentenced to 2
I
years
used to carry
in
a
Leavenworth
knife that
prison.
was actually a knife. Hi, 3D's Crimes. And Chaos, a.k.a. Lone Wolf. Welcome, Lone Wolf. Hi, I'm Dave.
Did you block me, Dave?
No, it was,
Did you, Dave?
I was
thought
in,
we were
I
different.
was in
I
top
thought we were
chat.
special.
I can block if you want. No, I'm just playing.
Stop fucking with me.
Only one way to know if you're blocked. That's to block you and unblock you.
Hey, yo, I'm joking. God,
I
damn.
know. What you up to?
Fuck, I'm tired, bro. I don't want to go back to Austin.
Oh, no.
I gotta go back to Austin.
Why?
Yep. Those people are picky as fuck and they don't listen.
Understandable.
I explained everything to them. It doesn't matter. Everybody knows my trade better than I do.
Really? What is your trade? Wow, never
Electrician.
mind. Don't talk. Wow, okay, yeah.
I
Never
don't
mind.
give a
That's
fuck.
way vague enough that that'll have nothing
Yeah.
to.
I'm a Mexican
dial it
construction worker. Find me. We blend.
My buddy did like the design stuff. He hated electricians, like the
of course.
the CAD
Every
stuff
trade
where
hates
they do all the basic design and everything and have everything in there. But apparently, even though everything makes sense, the electricians will always come to him and be like, this is not the way I do it. When I do it, we do it this way. So he has to
Because it
change
works.
the entire plan.
I mean, you can plan out one thing on paper, books, but when you're trying to cram that transformer into a space that doesn't exist.
Yeah. Oh, I get it. It's a dichotomy. You guys both fight each other constantly.
It's funny because
The
I
planners.
just explained to somebody the other day they're like, well, the cable went out. Okay, well, why are you calling the painter if the cable went out? Like, well, he moved the box. Like, it's that last asshole with the screwdriver rule. Whatever last asshole is right there with the screwdriver, it's their fault.
Yep. 100%. That is how it works.
And that's why I'm going back. The roofers put a screw through one of the pipes, but the pipe shouldn't have been there, of course. That's a lazy electrician that uses those channels up high.
Mm-hmm.
And but it blew out 3 circuits that were all in that pipe. And I told the lady, when this happens, your sensitive, like your puck lighting, your under cabinet lighting that has anything that has a transformer on it, that sensitive stuff is probably going to go out. And if it doesn't, it's because you got the good brand.
Yeah. Even still, it's something you need to fix. Even if you got the good stuff.
No, that's why they hate electricians. That's why they don't like us. 'Cause my job is just to get power there.
True.
If your shit's broken, you fix your shit.
Yeah.
Plus, it's like a cheap way because it's commercial.
Yeah, I feel you.
Like it's not residential. If it's residential, that's where you deal with the maybe 2 inches lower.
Gotcha. What are you up to today?
Today's
Hey,
the
Wimbles.
only day I get to chill.
Nice.
So I'm eating a lot of pizza and getting fat. Getting
Hell
taken out.
yeah. I do that every day. Little too often. I need to get less fat. I need to stop eating pizza, get less fat. I think I'm going to eat chicken and rice today.
How'd that do?
Good. Chicken and rice is good. I love chicken and rice.
But like filling?
Oh, absolutely. The one thing that the dietitian I talked to told me is make sure you eat the protein first and then the like sides after. That way you're filling up on the protein first. So if you and don't eat until you're full, just eat until you're not hungry. That's what Mud Crab told me yesterday.
Oh man, I am the worst at that.
Me
like,
too.
They say you got like 15 minutes before they talk to each other and let you know your stomach and your brain before they let you know you're full. That just tells me I got a 15-minute fucking jump on my brain.
That's why I wind up sleeping after. All right, let's get back to the video.
Yeah, I'll let you get back to your shit.
You're good.
Wishing to...
Oh no, you're golden. You can stick around if you want to review it with me.
What are we doing today? No more time travel, right?
No, true crime, serial killers.
Fucking nerds, man.
There's some street interview stuff, but I was like, nah, it's not my speed. I don't like this stuff.
To go to jail, Lake made plans to run off and hide in the mountains and asked Balaz to go with him. When she refused, the relationship broke down and Lake moved into the cabin alone.
Hey, happy birthday, Wimbles. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Wimbles. Happy birthday to you. And many more. There you go. Happy birthday. Over in the UK. Shout out to my UK homies on your birthday. Thank you for stopping in. I appreciate you. Hug. Nice.
If at any point I get non-responsive,
I
dozed off.
Oh, you're good. Today's a rough day to be born. At least if you're an American.
Yes, sir.
There's some bad stuff that happened on your birthday. Kind of overshadows it a little bit in a lot of places. I could do 9/11 coverage today, but no, because I guarantee you there's 8,000 other channels doing that, and nobody wants to see it.
Hey, what about the ship that blew up when we were kids? Was that not a conspiracy one also?
There's a lot of conspiracy stuff.
Well, I'm just asking about the one that had the teacher on it.
I don't remember that one.
No? Oh man, I think that's what desensitized my generation to have no fucks. Because they like shut down class, stopped school, wheeled a television in, like nobody do nothing. We're gonna watch this space shuttle go up. It's the first one that has a teacher on it.
I remember. Oh no. Boom. That had to be no, I don't. I think I was too young on that one still.
Oh no shit.
You're just a little older.
Man,
just
like
enough
we
older
watched
apparently.
People get incinerated live on national television.
Apollo
Discovery, I believe.
Oh, Discovery. Yes, you're right. Also, the thing that I remember being pulled out of class for weirdly was the reading of the verdict of the O.J. Simpson trial. Yeah. We did that in my school for some reason. But not
Discovery.
I don't think I was old enough. I don't think I was in school at that point. When was Discovery?
Oh, my God. This is why the rest of the country thinks we're stupid.
No, what year was the Discovery thing?
Or the rest of the world. What, the Discovery?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, fuck, I don't know. 86, 85, maybe? Maybe?
86. I was 4. Sorry, Mr. Samuels.
My bad.
It was, oh. Was it, oh, it was Challenger. Okay. Challenger.
Okay.
Yeah, I just typed in the one that blew up with the teacher on it. It said 1986.
Oh my god, dude.
I was like, I was 4. Sorry. Definitely
And,
don't
like,
remember
people-
that one.
It was such a different world. Like, it literally took no time for, like, Leno or one of them guys to make the joke of the famous teacher's last words. What does this button do?
Oh no.
Like, you could not do that shit these days.
You can. You just have to
Not get
yeah. You just have to
about her
be
life.
known as the edgy comedian and not care what people are going to say about it. You're going to have to know that you're going to get some backlash.
Lake. When Brun
my
pushed for
God,
more
yes.
details on his relationship with Ing, Balaz became angry, refused the detective's
just say I
permission to
made
enter
plenty
the
of
bunker,
Kobe
and
jokes.
demanded to speak with an attorney. Shortly after, Balaz and Eberling left. After relaying the information regarding Ing's movements and alias to their office, Brun and Eisenman left the site to request an additional search warrant for the bunker. Because of the information they had uncovered, their request was given top priority, and a joint task force was set up to search the entire
Fuzzy's
site.
just a little one.
San Francisco Police Chief Cornelius Murphy authorized a 12-man unit, and Sheriff Ballard of Calaveras County assembled a team of 5 men and placed Lieutenant Bob Bunning in charge. Deputy Chief of Inspectors Joseph Lorden was placed in charge of the San Francisco detachment.
Yep.
On Tuesday, June 4th,
That was the
1985,
Challenger in
the
86.
search began. The first task was to set up a
Right
base
on,
camp
thank you.
while the locksmith was summoned to unlock the bunker. A preliminary examination of the area around the bunker was then conducted, which revealed a cleared area 10 feet in diameter that showed traces of lye and a long trench that seemed to contain articles of clothing. Fearing a grave site, Sheriff Allard ordered the searchers to focus their
What
attention
is
on
this?
those areas, while he sent an officer to find out who
This is them searching his house and finding, like, blood
A mass
stains and things like
grave?
that, and possibly a mass grave now. This is them just finding the evidence.
This is one person.
As far as we know. Well, there were 5 people listed, so I'm not sure if they all work together. So we'll get to that, I'm assuming. Again, in the chat, here is the link to the video. This is the serial killers thing. So serial killer documentaries. If you want to watch it without me pausing and talking and BSing through it, feel free to click that link and watch the original. If you enjoy it, go there and at least hit the like button just to give them a little, hey, we watched your video kind of thing, you know. And to keep me from getting copyright struck, you know, because that's very important.
who
Also
owned the
reassess
neighboring
your life
property.
plan if you fucking
Within
watch
hours,
movies
a
about
team of
serial
sniffer dogs
Yep.
and their handlers, a forensic specialist, and 2 additional patrolmen had joined the
You gotta make
search.
sure it's fair use.
While Ballard was coordinating his search party, the officer returned from the house next door with more disturbing information. The owner of that property, Bo Carter, who had been contacted by telephone, informed the officers that the house was a rental. Some weeks before, his tenants, Lonnie Bond, his partner Brenda O'Connor, and their infant son, Lonnie Jr., had fallen behind on their rent, so he had sent a real estate agent to collect it. When the agent arrived, a man calling himself Charles Gunner came from the direction of the cabin and told him that the tenants had left 10 days previously. At that time, the agent informed Carter that another man, by the name of Robin Stapley, had been living with the Bonds prior to their disappearance. The agent had also told Carter that an eroded bank near the boundary between the 2 properties had been recently dug up. Disturbed by the news, Carter went to the site a week later to inspect his property. When he arrived, a man calling himself Charles Gunner had approached him and watched as he inspected the house. Carter said he didn't worry about Gunner until he saw a TV news item about a man who took cyanide following his arrest for a weapons charge. The news item had also shown the man's picture and given his name. According to Carter, the man he had seen near the cabin was Leonard Lake. After hearing the story, Ballard sent searchers to find the area described by the agent. The following day, the bunker was opened. Sheriff Allard, Detectives Brunn and Eisenman, and the Calaveras County Information Officer, Jim Stenquist, conducted the initial search. The main room was a 20-foot by 12-foot workshop area with a range of hand tools and power saws hanging on a plywood wall next to a workbench. On closer inspection, many of the tools were found to be encrusted with a dried, brownish substance, possibly blood. Attached to the bench was a broken vise. As they inspected the room further, the detectives checked the dimensions of it and discovered that it was smaller than the size it seemed from the outside, and deduced that there may be a hidden room. They soon found that a plywood tool rack was in fact a door leading to a smaller room. Inside were a double bed, a side table, books, and a reading lamp. On one wall was a
Smokey
wooden
wanted me
plaque with
to
the legend
watch
Operation
Blurry Hammer
Miranda
at some point.
carved into it. Police would later learn that the name was derived from a book called The Collector by John Fowles, which was found in the bookshelf. The book tells the story of a butterfly collector who kidnaps a beautiful woman and keeps her locked in his cellar, where the woman eventually dies.
Creepy.
The room also contained military equipment, including uniforms, boots, and a vast array of
Over
weapons,
1,500,000
including assault rifles,
copies
shotguns,
sold.
and machine guns. On the floor, police found a work shirt and a baseball cap with the words Dennis Moving Service embroidered on them. In a bookshelf on the far wall, between books on explosives and chemicals, the searchers found a small window that appeared to be made up of multiple panes of glass, possibly soundproofed. On another shelf was a military starlight scope, which, initially designed for snipers, was capable of viewing objects in extremely low light conditions. On another wall were 21 candid photographs of young girls in various stages of undress, most of which were taken outdoors. Two of the pictures had been taken.
Yeah, now this guy's a little fucked up.
cartoon
Now I hate
character
this guy.
Police would eventually identify
More
the
than I did
wallpaper
before.
as being the same
go to
as that in
somebody's
the
house,
South
get
City
a bunch of
Juvenile
books, check
Hall,
their books.
the same
Once
location
it involves
that Claire
kids,
Lynn
it's a
Valles
whole nother
worked as a
level.
teacher's
Fuck
assistant.
this guy.
All 21 women were
Beyond.
later identified.
Fuck this guy
and found
anyway,
to be
but
alive
God.
and well. After
Agreed,
checking their
agreed.
measurements again, the detectives found that there was another discrepancy indicating that there may be a third room behind the small window. Sheriff Ballard was informed, but
What the
refused
fuck
the
is
searchers'
this house? A
permission to
bunker?
Dude,
You just have
I
walls
might
on
have to
walls
fucking
on
take a
walls?
break, homie. This is making me want more weed. Like I'm gonna go chill for a minute. I'll be back.
I feel you. Go for it. Have a good night.
Shit. Happy
Good
birthday,
day.
Wimbles.
Happy birthday, Wimbles. Fred and Rose West in UK. That might be another one of the ones that were sent to me. There were a whole bunch. I got like a list here. Let's see. I'm gonna check if that one's already on the list. If not, I will add it. Who sent these ones? This was Lurking. Leonard Lake. Charles N.G. Charles Lake and Leonard N.G. Okay, these are all on Leonard Lake and Charles N.G., I guess. This whole series. Jesus, that's a lot. Yeah, I'll mark that. I'll put that on the list. Fred and Rose West. Hi, Mud Crab. 5:40 a.m. Jesus. I appreciate that I'm part of your morning routine now. Good morning, good morning. It's great to stay up late. Good morning to you.
continue with a search until the forensic technicians had collected evidence from the first two rooms. The first find by the technicians was a single adult fingerprint taken from the bookshelf window. Later, they found other prints on and around the same window, which were retained until the fingerprint records of Lake, Ng, and missing person files could be obtained for comparison. The fingerprints on and around the window were later positively identified as belonging to Ng and Lake. As the technicians continued their analysis, searchers outside uncovered two bones beside the driveway, but were unable to ascertain if they were human. They were later sent to Dr. Boyd Stevens, San Francisco's chief medical examiner, for further analysis. On the second day at the site, the lab crew responsible for the search of the cabin
Mud
found
Crab,
additional
today's
evidence
Wimble's
in the
birthday.
form of a .22 caliber bullet that was removed from the
birthday,
wall
Wimbles.
of the main bedroom. Under the springs of the bed in the same room, they found a diary, which later proved to be written by Leonard Lake and described in chilling detail how he and Ing had selected and murdered numerous victims. It also described how Lake, an ardent survivalist who feared nuclear war, had planned to build a series of bunkers across the country, complete with supplies,
So it is a
weapons,
bunker.
and female sex slaves. The diary further spelled out his
Jesus.
intentions to use his female captives to repopulate the world. By 5 p.m. on the second day, the initial forensic analysis of the bunker had been completed, and Ballard ordered Brunn and Eisenman to continue their search of the interior.
They could at least have like a cult, you know, and get women that are willing to be there. Doing it this way seems immoral. Not that cults are moral. But good God.
After checking what looked like a sealed room, Brunn found a secret
Yeah,
door
absolutely,
behind a
Wimbles.
bookcase
I'm just
that led
collecting
into
stuff.
the room with a window. The room
I tried to
itself
watch
was only
that
3
street
foot 3
interviews
inches wide by
thing that
7
you sent me, Mud Crab, but it was like, I don't want to just sit there and make fun of a dude that was baked out of his mind. I mean, we're worse than baked. He was on something, but I don't know what it was. I'm assuming fentanyl or something. That dude was gone.
half feet long with a 6
Not
foot
really my
ceiling.
thing. Not my
Inside,
vibe.
they found a narrow bed, a chemical toilet, air freshener, and a
Welcome,
water
Smokey.
container. Holes had been drilled in the wall to provide ventilation, but had been baffled to exclude light. After closely examining both rooms at the same time, they discovered that the window was two-way glass. They later discovered a button beside it which, when pushed, allowed the occupants of the first room to hear any sounds from within the smaller room. Eisenman then turned off all the lights in the bunker and, using the starlight scope through the viewing window, was able to see Brunn clearly in the smaller room.
I just turned
They
21
had
for
discovered
the
what
20th
looked like
time.
a hostage cell. When the newest information was relayed to Ballard, he left the site and returned to his office,
On
where
the
he made
3rd.
plans for a full-scale murder investigation, which would include the FBI, the Californian Forestry Department, and the Californian Department of Justice. On day 3, the searches were assisted by another specialist detachment of dogs and their handlers from the Californian Rescue Dogs Association. After an hour of fruitless searching, Ballard called for heavy equipment to begin digging up the site. During the same morning, Ballard received an unexpected visitor in the form of Gloria Eberling, Lake's mother. She told Ballard that she had come because she was concerned about her other son, Donald, who had disappeared 2 years earlier.
Oh, no.
Brunn, who was also present, asked Eberling if Ballas had removed anything from the cabin on the day they met, and was told that Ballas had taken 12 videotapes from the main bedroom. Ballas later gave police the 12 videos she had taken from the cabin, which, as she had indicated, were of her and Lake having sex. Ballard then asked Eberling if Lake's condition had improved. She told him that her son had been officially
Fuzzy,
pronounced
just
brain
remember,
dead,
no matter
and
what, you're
doctors were
younger than
pressing
me.
her to switch off his life support. For Ballard, the case was becoming a nightmare. He had evidence that suggested multiple kidnappings and murders and two main suspects, but one was virtually dead and the other was in hiding, possibly in another country. All he could do was collect the evidence and wait. The FBI,
true, though.
meanwhile, had determined that Charles Ing had taken a flight from San Francisco to Chicago, but they were unable to ascertain where he had gone from there. After a check of his background, they found that he had come from Hong Kong, had sisters in Toronto and Calgary, an uncle in Yorkshire, England, and former Marine friends in Hawaii. They were aware that, with sufficient funds and several days' lead, Ing could be in any of the 4 locations. To assist in their search, they contacted Interpol in Scotland Yard and distributed Ing's description worldwide. On the 4th day of the search, Dr. Stevens arrived at the site and informed Ballard that the bones found near the driveway were definitely human. Shortly after he arrived, another bone was found, which appeared to...
I know this is totally ADD brained, but so when I move in a couple months here, I might try to set up like a room with some exercise equipment in it and stuff, and I might try to do like a weight loss program tracking type of thing, where I'm gonna try to get in shape, and I might try to make like a YouTube series on it, and I will use you guys as help. I will have Lauren help me with like a diet, and Mud Crab help me with like a regimen of what I should do to help me get in shape. or any kind of supplements I should take, because he seems knowledgeable on that. But yeah, I'm going to outsource to my community and try to like get a weight loss thing and use it as like a progression marker and motivation. Just a totally random thought that popped in my head that I wanted to toss out there. Let me know if you think that would be a good idea. I don't want to necessarily make it a competition, because if we're losing weight, we're all winning. But I would be down to make it like a group thing and get multiple people on it. We just kind of set aside a time where we do it every day.
To have been cut neatly on both ends by a saw or similar cutting tool. As the search progressed, numerous items were unearthed from
I mean, that's still
various
going to be like
locations.
2 months away, but
In the trench that ran from the
it's
bunker
something
to
I'm
the entry
planning out
road,
that I think would be
police
really
found
cool.
a plastic bag
I don't know
containing
whether
a
to do it
letter
on the
addressed
same
to Charles
channel or
Ng
make a
and
second
receipt
channel
in the
for
name
it.
of Harvey Dubs. Next, they unearthed
Depends
a shirt
how
with the
good I
name
can do with this
Scott
channel
embroidered
before
on it.
then.
Literally hundreds of items, which had to be painstakingly photographed and held for analysis, were removed from the site. It wasn't until the 5th day that the first bodies were found. The skeletal remains of 2 people seemed to be complete, but the bones had been sawn into sections and badly burned. Ironically, at 8 p.m. on the same day the skeletons
up
were
with his
found,
eyes?
the doctors at Kaiser Permanente Hospital switched off Leonard Lake's life support. He died within seconds. Later, a sealed 5-gallon bucket was uncovered, which contained a checkbook in the name of Robin Scott Stapley, jewelry, credit cards, driver's licenses, wallets, and 2 videotapes without labels, and a third marked M. Ladies, Kathy Brenda. The first 2 videos were later viewed, the first showing Lake and Ballas at a Thanksgiving dinner.
Nice.
On the second, Lake had
Way
been
to
filmed
go,
discussing his
Fluzzy.
greatest fantasy, kidnapping a woman and enslaving her. The third video was the most
That's
disturbing.
badass.
It showed a young woman, identified only as Kathy, chained to a chair and later forced to perform a striptease while being taunted by 2 men, Lake and Ng. In another part of the video, Ng could be seen clearly cavorting
lighting
on a
is
bed with
very
Kathy,
weird
while
then,
Lake took
'cause
still photographs. The young woman was later identified as 18-year-old
The right eye
Kathy
looks
Allen, a
transparent
clerk at a
and the left eye
supermarket
looks
in
like
Milpitas.
dark green.
Allen was apparently lured to the site by Lake, who told her that her boyfriend had been shot. Police later revealed that Allen's boyfriend, a known drug dealer named Michael Sean Carroll, had been Ng's cellmate in Leavenworth. The tape also included footage of another young woman named Brenda, which showed her begging for information regarding her baby. In answer, Lake tells her, "Your baby is sound asleep, like a rock." Eventually, when the constant barrage of taunts and threats breaks her resolve, Brenda agrees to cooperate. Later in the tape, she can be heard taking a shower with both men. The second victim shown on the tape was 19-year-old Brenda O'Connor, Lake's next-door neighbor. Police believe that her common-law husband, Lonnie Bond, and their baby, Lonnie Jr., were murdered by Lake and Ng prior to the tape being made. As the search progressed, the searchers uncovered a partial skull, another plastic bucket containing personal items, and a complete, albeit burned, body. Within minutes, 4 more bodies, including that of a
Need to
child,
gain
were
weight?
uncovered.
We can work on that too.
2 were female, the other a black male. A short time later, another plastic container and a long 12-inch diameter metal tube were unearthed. Inside the
Oh, I
container,
see.
police found
I wonder if that would do that
1,863
like that
silver
before
dollars,
we-
more
Oh.
wallets, and
I'm just curious. Because... Okay, never mind. My eyes are a little too much on the blue side, but my eyes are weird. They do have like a yellow ring in the middle. That's really weird. I don't know. I thought maybe if with weird lighting, it would make them glow different colors. All right, whatever. It was a theory. I was wrong. I thought it would be cool if I could make that happen intentionally. Yeah, I do have some wacky eyes. Not only that, this one tends to fall asleep and drift off, which isn't good.
and credit cards. The tube contained a Colt AR-15 semi-automatic rifle. In another search of a mound
Hey,
freshly dug
thank
earth
you,
some
Creative
distance from the
Witch.
cabin, 2 more bodies were uncovered. Both had been killed by a single small-caliber bullet to the head. The bunker was
Yeah,
later
these guys
completely
are,
demolished
like,
in the search for more bodies.
it's just constantly
As the
getting
search
worse and
wound
worse.
down,
Like,
the bodies of 7 men, 3 women, 2 baby boys, and 45
the ramping of this video is done well. Like, it starts out as, oh, you know, he's just kind of weird. And then it's like, oh, he might have killed somebody. Oh, he might have killed a couple people. Oh, this guy has killed a lot of people. This guy has bunkers full of dead bodies. Kind of insane.
5 pounds of bone fragments had been recovered, along with numerous amounts of property belonging to the deceased. In all, police found evidence suggesting that up to 25 people
Oh,
who
yeah.
had previously been reported
And he's a
missing
creepy, like,
may have been
pedo-ish
murdered
guy.
in or around the Wisleyville compound. But the fact that most of the bodies had
I'm
been cut
assuming
up,
when they
burnt,
say young.
and scattered around the site made identification extremely difficult. Eventually, a warrant was issued for the arrest of Charles Cheetah Ng for 12 murders. The victims would eventually be identified as Kathleen Allen, her boyfriend Michael Carroll, Robin Scott Stapley, Randy Johnson, Charles the Fat Man
Weird.
Gunner, Lake's best man, Donald Lake, Leonard's brother, Paul
Dude, that's
Cosner,
awesome.
the owner of the Honda,
Arctic.
Brenda O'Connor, Lonnie Bond Sr., Lonnie Bond Jr., Lake's next-door neighbors, and Harvey Dubbs, Deborah Dubbs, and
Is that
Sean
because you
Dubbs.
have werewolf
The
blood?
Dubbs family had been abducted and killed after
Like
Ng
someone
and
else we
Lake
know?
went to their house in relation to audio equipment that Harvey Dubbs had
We are
advertised or sent.
discussing Charles Ng and Leonard Lake. I've got about like 6 videos on these guys. This one seems to be a good starting one because it covers from the beginning. I don't know if we're going to watch all of them. I'm going to check out a few of them. I had a lot of people sending me in videos. So, just looking into a little bit of everything. Seeing what everybody else is into. We'll find what we want to do overall. Oh, non-human space alien. My bad. I assumed werewolf. Because yellow eyes. Yellow glowing eyes. Oh, these two are pretty terrible. So far, we've covered... the way it started, he had a gun. A cop asked him if it was his gun. He claimed it wasn't. His name's Stapley. The cop ran the serial number, found out it belonged to him, and then they looked into his car, and they found a blood stain on the ceiling and a hole. And then they went and checked out his home, and they found blood stains all over it. And they found a basement, and and there were bodies down there, and other weird, creepy stuff, more blood stains. And then they started breaking out the walls, and there were more bodies and stuff behind the walls. So yeah, this guy's a freak and a crazy serial killer, and it's not just one guy. It looks like there's 2 people involved so far. They were building a bunker. They had a plan to use these bunkers and the women that they were capturing as sex slaves to repopulate the world. Yeah, it's really freaking weird. And tampon bullets. That was you had to be there at the time to understand the tampon bullets. But, yeah. I don't know. I think people are still here. It's okay. They're allowed to be here. But they did try to lure me into their cult, and I said no.
Dale.
She
While
offered
Sheriff
cookies.
Ballard and his team were working 12 hours a
While
day to
cookies are
unearth
very
the grisly
enticing.
secrets of the Wilseyville compound, the FBI was gathering additional information on one of the people believed to be responsible for the carnage, Charles Cheetah Ng. They learned that Ng had been born in Hong Kong on December 24, 1961. The son of a wealthy businessman, he was given every opportunity life could offer, but Charlie developed a rebellious streak at a young age and
then
was
you get to
expelled
learn
from
with
several
us.
schools. Anxious for his son to change his ways, his father sent him to a boarding school in Yorkshire, England, where he would be under the protection of his uncle, who was a teacher at the school. After a short time at the new school, Charles was caught stealing from other students in a local department store.
Is it just me, or has the narrator got better throughout the course of this? I swear at the beginning he started out pretty, like, flat, but now there's, like, a little more bounce in his voice. Weird. just want to make sure it's not just me hearing that.
And was, once again, expelled. He then returned to Hong Kong until, at the age of 18, he obtained a
Trying
student
to keep
visa
the
to study in
negativity
the
out of the
US
chat.
and attended Notre Dame College in
I understand it's like reflex and everything, but I'm trying to keep the negative energy out of the chat if you don't mind. Feel the way you feel. You're good. I get it. But yeah, I'd appreciate it. True. Cake.
Belmont,
I'm too fat. I need to stop thinking about cake and cookies.
California. Obviously, the life of a student didn't appeal to him as he dropped out after just one semester. In October 1979, Ng was charged in relation to a hit-and-run accident. He was later convicted and ordered to pay damages. Shortly after, he enlisted in the Marines, even though he wasn't an American citizen, listing
And
Bloomfield,
diamonds, Lauren,
Indiana,
and
as
diamonds.
his place of birth. In 1981,
Diamonds and
Ng had been
unicorns.
promoted to the rank of Lance Corporal. His military career ended shortly after, however, when he and 3 accomplices stole military weapons from an armory at Kaneohe Marine Base in Hawaii.
Gummies.
A month later, he was arrested by the military police and locked up. Within days of his incarceration, he escaped and made his way to California, where he met up with Leonard Lake. One story suggests that the two met as a result of an ad that Lake had placed in a survivalist magazine, but
Okay.
this information cannot be verified.
I'm ordering food.
Not long
I
after,
hate you
he
guys.
moved in with Lake and Balaz until the FBI arrested them for weapons offenses. Following his release from Leavenworth in June 1984, Ng returned to California and moved into the Wilseyville cabin with Lake. Ng should have been deported following his release from Leavenworth, but the Marine Corps were still unaware
I'm
that
hungry.
he was not an American citizen. The FBI estimates their
I
kidnapping
wasn't,
and killing
but I am
spree
now.
started within a month of their reunion. In July 1984, Donald Guletti, a San
So you're
Francisco
having a
disc
reverse
jockey,
of
and
the
his
effect I
roommate,
wanna
Richard
make.
Carrazza, were
I wanna
shot by an
lose
Asian
weight, not
man who
gain.
broke into their apartment and robbed them. Guletti died in the attack, but Carrazza survived and would later identify Charles Ng as his attacker. The pistol used in the attack was found at the Wilseyville site. Gradually, the FBI was successful in tracing
placed.
Ng's
Didn't
movements
take long.
after leaving San Francisco. On the
One
day that
button.
Claire Lynn Balaz had driven him to the airport, he was seen boarding an American Airlines flight to Chicago. On his arrival, he booked into the Chateau Hotel under the name of Mike Komodo
At least
before
this
checking
way when
out
it
4
gets
days
here,
later. He then met up with an unidentified friend and
It
traveled
will
to
be
Detroit
healthier
before
food than
crossing
what
the
we're
border
talking
into
about in
Canada
here.
alone. A search
it'll
of his
be
apartment
chicken and
revealed
rice.
a cache of weapons and property allegedly belonging to the
Welcome,
victims, as
Silent
well as a
Troll.
payslip from the Dennis Moving
Hi.
Company.
I'm Dave.
The FBI also compiled a dossier on Leonard Lake, who obviously hadn't had the benefit of the
That is a
privileged
smile.
upbringing that Ng had enjoyed. He was born in San Francisco on October 29, 1945, to parents who were constantly fighting. His birth obviously did nothing to ease their domestic conflict, as he was sent to live with various relatives until, at the age of 6, he found a permanent home with his grandparents. According to statements
What is taco lasagna? I'm not gonna lie. I have no idea what it is. But somehow just those two things being used in the same sentence makes me very hungry. Taco lasagna. I'm assuming like a layer of meat, a layer of tortilla, like a layer of cheese, another layer of tortilla. Hi, Dr. Juan Dada. I know that name. How you doing? How are you today, Dr. Dada? Dada, 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 Dad. I can't talk. Boo, boo, boo.
from his friends and relatives, Lake was never able to
But
come
yeah,
to terms with
taco
his feelings of
lasagna sounds
rejection and abandonment.
amazing.
At the age of 19, Lake left home and enlisted in the Marines, where he was trained as a radar operator. Following his specialist training, he was sent to Da Nang in Vietnam. According to his medical records, Lake was hospitalized during his first tour for exhibiting incipient psychotic reactions.
Hey, I appreciate it.
Obviously, his superiors
Thanks,
did
Doc.
not consider his condition serious, as he was treated and returned to his unit to finish his tour. A second tour lasted a few short months before it was cut short when Lake was deemed to be suffering from unspecified medical
appreciate people
problems
stopping
and
by.
returned to El Toro Marine
Make
Base
sure you hit
in
that
Orange
like
County.
button on your way out.
In all, he served 7 years,
everybody else
earning
who's
the
here,
Vietnam Service
hit that
Medal,
like
a
button. Show
Vietnam
your love
Campaign Medal,
to me.
and 2 other medals for good conduct. He was later
And show that you're having
discharged
a
on
good time.
medical grounds and went to live in San Jose, California. Shortly after his release, he entered the Oakland Veterans Administration Hospital, where he was treated for psychological problems. Following his release, he briefly attended college at San Jose State University. 5 years after his discharge, he met Clara Lynn Balaz at a Renaissance fair in Marin County, where he ran a stall, charging visitors for photographs posed with a goat that he had disguised as a unicorn. In 1981, Lake and Balaz were married and moved to a commune located in
Lauren? Is there something I don't know about your cult? They have a unicorn. Is this your cult? Is this where your cult comes from? I'm down for a ghost story night. I'm a skeptic, but I'm down for a ghost story night. I will try not to poke holes. You're good. Lauren, you got some splaining to do. Remember that when you get back.
Mendocino County, Northern California. While in Philo, the Lakes
These
lived
guys
in a
also
sprawling
had
ranch that
a
Leonard
unicorn for
called
their
Alibi Run, where he
cult.
allegedly grew
This
marijuana.
is where she got the idea.
According to friends, it was
I
about
knew
this
it.
time that Lake became delusional and converted his ranch into a survivalist enclosure and stocked it with weapons and supplies to ward off the siege that he believed was coming.
The Sog Maccabee.
Although Charles Zing managed to elude a nationwide manhunt for 34 days, his penchant for shoplifting led to his demise just as it had for Leonard Lake. On Saturday, July 6,
You
1985,
got
two
some
security
splaining
guards
to
in a
do.
Hudson's Bay store in Calgary approached Ng after he had attempted to leave the store with several grocery items secreted in a backpack. When they challenged him, Ng drew a gun and threatened them. A short scuffle followed, during which one of the officers was shot in the hand before Ng was overpowered and taken into custody. He was later charged at Calgary Metropolitan Police Station with robbery, attempted robbery, possession of a firearm, and attempted murder. As Charles Zing prepared to face the courts, news of his arrest reached the Calaveras Task Force. Any elation at his capture was soon dispelled, however, when John Crosby, the Canadian Justice Minister, announced that under the terms of a 1976 extradition treaty with the United States, he had refused the request for Ng's extradition, as Canada, having abolished capital punishment, would not release any prisoner charged with a capital crime that carried the death penalty. After
Is that still a thing? I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm pretty averse to the death penalty. I have my own views on it, but Jesus. I didn't think it. I would think you would send him if he has that many crimes. Like, how's he gonna face justice for it if you won't extradite him? That's
After the U.S.
sussy.
authorities had recovered from their shock, two San Francisco detectives were sent to interview Ng in his Calgary
I
jail
don't have any
cell.
of my local
He
Canadians
told them
in
that
here.
it was Lake who was responsible for most of the Wilseyville killings, but admitted helping to dispose of.
These guys had a unicorn to lure people into their cult as well. That's what you have to explain. Is this the cult? Is it these guys' cult? Are you trying to get me killed and put in a bunker?
Paul Cosner's body. Following the interview, the U.S. Justice Department made a renewed attempt to have Ng extradited, but the Canadian authorities refused, as they were about.
Hi, Cheshire Cat. I appreciate that. I shouted out earlier when Nick and them were in here. Thank you very much. And like I said, I will do my best to get people to be nicer to you. And I really do appreciate it. Thank you. Rap did it, but he was not very transformative, and when I asked him, he deleted my message, so I had to strike his channel for it. I appreciate you doing it politely. Thank you. Yeah, I'm trying to stay out of the drama as much as I can. And I want everybody to feel comfortable coming to the karaoke and singing, because like it takes a lot of vulnerability to do it. I get you. And again, I can't control what other people say. But thank you. Again. And you're welcome to pop in here anytime you want and hang out. We're going over true crime stuff right now. This is Charles Ng and Leonard Lake. Yeah, YouTube already took down that one. And I did see that Cheshire put work into her, so I wanted to give a little bit of extra respect because it wasn't like she just straight ripped it. But yeah, that's the reason why I private those videos and don't let people record off of them, is because I don't want people to feel uncomfortable getting up there and like putting themselves out there to sing karaoke and have a good time. You're also welcome for that as well. It's all good. Like, you probably didn't realize that that's how I feel with the karaoke, but you're forgiven if you feel bad. It's nothing. I appreciate that you responded quickly. Like, I didn't even finish my response to your comment before you took it down, so thank you. I really do appreciate that. Thanks.
Out to bring Ng to trial for offenses committed on Canadian soil. He was later tried and convicted on the Calgary shoplifting and assault charges and sentenced to 4.5 years in
Didn't mean to
imprisonment.
disturb you.
As Ng prepared to serve his sentence, the United States Justice Department began what would become a long and protracted battle to extradite Charles Ng. The battle lasted almost 6 years. During this period, Ng spent most of his time studying American law. During the extradition proceedings, evidence was tabled that Ng had drawn several cartoons, which, according to U.S. attorneys, showed details of the Wilseyville killings that only someone with an intimate knowledge of the killings could produce. After dozens of appeals and a seemingly endless round of hearings, the Canadian government finally acceded to the Californian government's request and agreed to extradite Charles Ng on September 26, 1991. Within minutes of his release, Ng was flown to McClellan Air Force Base, where he was transferred to Folsom Prison in Sacramento to await trial. What followed was the most drawn-out, costly criminal proceedings in U.S. criminal history, even outstripping the famous O.J. Simpson case. Ng used every point of law that he and his string of attorneys could muster to delay trial proceedings against him. The site for the trial was to be San Andreas, but Ng constantly filed actions against the state of California, making formal complaints on matters ranging from alleged poor treatment and bad food to the claim that he was forced to take medication for motion sickness during
part
the 50-mile
of the reason why we only do it once a week, and I haven't expanded it yet. That excitement that builds throughout the week is half of what makes it so much fun.
Made him drowsy and unable to take part in pre-trial proceedings. He gained further delays by dismissing his attorneys at regular intervals and later filed a $1 million malpractice suit against them for incompetence. At one stage, he filed a motion with the San Andreas court applying for the right to represent himself, but later withdrew it. The delaying tactics continued as Ng's attorneys applied to have the trial moved to Orange County, as they believed that their client could not receive a fair trial in San Andreas. In support of this motion, the attorneys tabled an independent survey indicating that 95% of the residents of Calaveras County already considered Charles Ng guilty of the Wilseyville murders. These and other motions were brought before the California Supreme Court no less than...
This guy does not look like what I would picture a murderer. Like, dude looks kind of cuddly.
5 times until finally, on April 8, 1994, a San Andreas judge upheld the motion and ordered the trial moved to Santa Ana in Orange County. This action caused further delays when Orange County officials objected to the order on the grounds that the county was virtually bankrupt and unable to bear the costs of such a trial. The issue was eventually resolved when the state of California agreed to pay any costs incurred. More years of legal wrangling ensued as Ng changed attorneys, who in turn asked for further adjournments to prepare their case. At one point during the proceedings, Ng was housed in a small cage between appearances, as he was considered highly dangerous.
That's a little...
The cage was later removed when a federal magistrate described its use as barbarous.
Yeah.
Even before the actual trial began, Ng had appeared before 6 different judges in a case that had amassed over 6 tons of evidence and other legal documents at a cost of approaching $10 million. In October 1998, after 13 years of delays and extended legal arguments, the trial of Charles Cheetah Ng began. For the next few months, the jury, the media, and the families and friends of the victims
Smokey, you were
heard
talking
state
about this
prosecutor
guy, the
Charlene
Charles Ng guy?
Honecker relate how Leonard Lake and Charles Ng had selected and kidnapped their victims before taking them to the Wilseyville site where they had sadistically tortured and murdered them. To support the state's case, Honecker submitted the videos that were found at the site that clearly showed Ng and Lake torturing and abusing Kathy Allen and Brenda O'Connor. Evidence, including stolen property and photographs, were also tabled,
I'm
further
assuming
linking
I'll
both
hear
men
him at
to the
some
victims.
point in one of these
Honecker also
videos.
attempted to submit excerpts from Lake's diaries as evidence, but Judge John J. Ryan refused to admit them, ruling that most of the material submitted bore no relevance to the case. Part of Lake's military record was also withheld. The defense countered, claiming that Ng was
he's
an
definitely
unwilling
crazy.
accomplice to the more dangerous and demented Lake, who was responsible for the murders, while Ng merely participated in some of the sexual offenses. Towards the end of the proceedings, Ng
just participated in some of the sexual. Really, like that's a just.
damaged his own case when he insisted on taking the stand, a move which allowed prosecutors to present additional evidence, including a picture of Ng in his cell, showing the incriminating cartoons behind him on the wall, next to a motto which read, "No kill, no thrill, no gun, no fun." William Kelly, Ng's court-appointed attorney, attempted to regroup by calling Clara Lynn Balaz to give evidence in support of his client, even though the prosecution had previously granted her immunity.
That was a quick
He
retraction.
later changed his mind when Judge Ryan advised him that Balaz had made prior statements implicating Ng. Finally, after a trial lasting 8 long months, all the evidence had been heard and the jury retired to consider a verdict. Within hours, they returned. They found Charles Cheetah Ng guilty of the murders of 6 men, 3 women, and 2 baby boys. The charge of murdering the 7th man, Paul Cosner, had been dropped previously, owing to insufficient evidence. One of the key witnesses against Ng never testified. While imprisoned in Canada for the 1985 shoplifting and assault case, Ng had allegedly
Wake
confessed to
me
a fellow
up.
inmate, Maurice Laberge,
I can't wake
that he
up.
had killed the Wilseyville victims.
Save
And Laberge died
me.
in an automobile accident just north of Calgary, Alberta, on May 19, 1998, before he could be called to testify. At one point during the trial, Ng had somehow managed to obtain the phone number of one of the jurors and contacted the juror at home in an unsuccessful attempt to cause a mistrial. In February 1999, Ng was convicted of 11 of the 12 homicides, 6 men, 3 women, and 2 male infants. Jurors found him not guilty on the 12th charge, the murder of Paul Cosner, despite the fact that Lake and Ng had driven Cosner's car for 7 months since he went missing in November 1984, and Cosner's California driver's license had been found in the Wilseyville property. Ng was sentenced to death, and the presiding judge rejected a motion to reduce the jury's verdict to life imprisonment. "Mr. Ng was not under any duress," he said, "nor does the evidence support that he was under the domination of Leonard Lake." Ng's prosecution cost the state of California approximately $20 million, at the time the most expensive trial in the state's history. Ng remains on death row at San Quentin State Prison. No executions have taken place in California since 2006.
Dig, dig, It's a way to end it. The fuck? Serial killer documentaries. There you go. Bum bum bum. Bum 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 bum. Here's the link to the original video if you'd like to watch it without my constant interference and pauses and talking over the video. Feel free to give them a like if you found this information useful and or enjoyable. And we will move on to the next video on the same topic. Today we're pretty much, it looks like we probably have enough content that we can just cover this case of NG, Charles NG and Leonard Lake, who are absolute psychopaths, and definitely something mentally wrong with them. Pink is great. So what's next? Next is Scare Theater. Dun 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 dun. May want to skip this one just in case. I don't necessarily want to see the violent imagery. It's not my favorite thing, let's be honest. But if you want to watch the one that I linked up there, that is the link to that one, the one that I'm probably not actually going to click on. It's by Scare Theater. I don't know what level of like weird it is. I don't like gore. It's not something I enjoy, especially with food almost here. That'd probably not go that well for me. Food should be here in 6 to 16 minutes. It is already on the way. Bump, 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 bump. Last podcast on the left. Why have I heard of that? If you can find their content on these guys, send it to me and I'll check it out. For sure. Since it seems to be what I'm covering today. This is the next one. This one is from the Maple Chronicles, and I think they do a more PG version of it. I think. I could be wrong. Yeah.
When retired,
Good morning,
teacher
Hornet.
Sean Doyle
How are you
took a
doing?
summer job as a security guard at the Hudson Bay Company in downtown Calgary, Alberta. He had no idea that the position would bring him face to face with notorious serial killer Charles
Dave
Eng.
doesn't want to show. You're right.
In 1980, Charles Eng met future conspirator Leonard Lake.
I want to stay away from
Just
the
a few
more
years
gory
later,
stuff.
In 1984, after serving 18 months in military prison, Eng rejoined
This
Lake,
is a
and
shorter
the two
one.
hatched a plan that they entitled the Miranda Project, inspired by the 1963 John Fowles novel The Collector. The Collector tells the story of a man who captures a young woman named Miranda and keeps her as a slave in hopes that she would eventually fall in love with him. Under their Miranda Project, the pair would kidnap women as slaves and keep them trapped in an
So
isolated
did they
dungeon
call it the Miranda
at a
Project,
remote
or is
cabin
that what
near
other people
Rileysville,
dubbed it?
California, in the foothills
Because
of
they
the
found
Sierra
that
Nevada
book.
mountains. Lake and Eng began a crime spree which included rape, torture, and murder, wherein they killed men and children, but kept women alive, torturing them before eventually murdering them or allowing them to die.
No,
from their
Fluzz, you're
injuries.
definitely too kind. Way too kind.
As I'm
You
living
need to
it,
be meaner.
exploring
Be mean!
the challenge
No, I'm
of
just
this
kidding.
project, the excitement,
Just the
Sure,
way
succeeds.
you are.
even the exciting experience if it fails. It's something that I fantasize daily about. The purpose of that cell will be the imprisonment of the young lady.
Their rampage went on for the next year. and might have gone even longer if it weren't for Eng's kleptomania.
Yeah, be mean like me. You gotta learn to be mean like I am.
On June 2nd, 1985, Leonard Lake and Charles Eng entered the South City lumber
Such a
store in
mean
South San
person.
Francisco. An employee observed Eng stealing a $75 vise and called the police. When confronted by the employee, Eng tossed the vise into the back of a 1980 Honda Prelude in the parking lot and then fled on foot. When the police arrived, they looked in the car's trunk and saw the stolen vise along with a .22 caliber pistol equipped with an illegal silencer.
Some people
Lake
view that
exited
as
the
mean.
store. However, he was arrested for the illegally modified weapon and taken to the South San Francisco police station. On arrest, the officer noticed that Lake didn't bear a resemblance to the driver's license he was using, and research showed that it was in fact the driver's license of
Why
Robin
is
Scott
I so
Stapleton,
weird?
a San Diego man who had been reported missing by his family several weeks earlier. And when officers ran the Honda vehicle, they discovered it was registered
Hey,
to Paul
Oppo, how
Costner,
you
who
doing?
also disappeared from San Francisco on November 2nd, 1984. Under the passenger seat of the vehicle, police found a utility bill belonging to Lake's ex-wife with a Wileysville address. When police entered the cabin at that address, they discovered video equipment in one of the bedrooms, as well as a bed.
I'm
filled with
fantastic.
holes in the
Thank you for
posts.
asking. I'm hungry because
Next to
everybody
the cabin
decided
stood
they
a
were going to
cinder
talk
block
about
bunker,
food.
which had been constructed by
all
Lake in his
day.
teenage years. Inside the bunker, investigators found tools, handcuffs, women's clothing, and
I
makeup.
can be
along
your
with pictures of
angel,
21 different women.
baby.
And posted on a wall was a list of typewritten rules for female captives to follow. Behind one wall, equipped with a hidden door, was a tiny windowless cell with a small mattress and a bucket that might have been used as a toilet.
Gross.
Investigators believe that the cell had been used to hold women prisoner.
I guess I kind of don't feel
In
that
a
bad for
makeshift
them
burial
putting him
site
in the
nearby, police unearthed
chain link
45
box
pounds of burned and crushed human bone fragments, corresponding to a
thing.
minimum of 11 bodies.
Jesus.
They also found 2 buried 5-gallon buckets. Inside the buckets were envelopes containing
Oh God. Wait, where was it? Oh, all of these names? No, I'm good. I like to keep a little bit of faith in humanity. I'll stick with the little faith in humanity that I do have.
seen talking to victim Brenda O'Connor as he cuts her shirt off with a knife. You can cry and stuff, like the rest of them, but it won't do any good. We're pretty cold-hearted, so to speak.
True.
In another part of the tape, Kathy Allen is seen seated
Oh,
in a
the
chair.
rules on the wall. Oh, was it inside the cell? I might have not even noticed them 100%. Oh, right here. Okay.
Women. And posted on a
I must always be ready to service my master. I must be clean, brushed, and made up with my cell neat. I must never speak unless spoken to, unless in bed. I must never look my master in the eye, but must keep my eyes downcast.
wall was a list of typewritten rules for female captives to follow. Behind one wall,
Yeah, I'm good. I
equipped
don't
with a
want to
hidden
read
door,
those.
was a tiny
That's good
windowless
enough for
cell
me.
with a small mattress, and inside the buckets were envelopes containing the names and identification of the victims. They also held
God.
Lake's handwritten journals and videotapes that had been taken by Lake and Eng documenting the torture of their victims. On one of the tapes, Charles Eng is seen talking to victim Brenda O'Connor as he cuts her shirt off with a knife. You can cry and stuff, like the rest of them, but it won't do any good. We're pretty cold-hearted, so to speak. In another part of the tape, Kathy Allen is seen seated in a chair with Leonard Lake warning her, "If you don't go along with us, will probably take you into the bed,
true.
lie you down, rape you, shoot you, and bury you.
What the fuck?
While in custody, Leonard Lake watched as police started to
Jesus.
piece together their investigation. After writing a letter to his ex-wife, he swallowed a cyanide capsule that he had hidden in his jacket, slipping into a coma and eventually dying days later. Meanwhile, during the investigation, Eng fled to Canada where his sister lived. For a period of time, he lived near Calgary, Alberta, undetected, in a handmade lean-to in Fish Creek Provincial Park, until his final fateful run-in with security guard Sean Doyle.
Yep, I'm gonna show you Naughty Girl Crab. Based.
On Friday, July 5th, 1985, Sean Doyle arrived at his job at the Hudson's Bay Company with no idea of what lay ahead. Joking with a fellow coworker, he bet them $10 that he could catch a shoplifter. Later that day, while patrolling the bottom floor of the Hudson Bay Company, which sold food
Anyone
items,
who refers to
he happened
themselves as
spot
daddy,
Charles Eng.
I don't know about.
Eng was trying to sneak grocery items, including a bottle of Pepsi and a can of salmon, into his bag. Doyle
Love you,
confronted
Crab.
Eng as he started to leave, flashing his badge and taking hold of the bag of stolen goods. Doyle had no idea that he had a serial killer in his grasp, but moments later he found out just how much danger he was in. As Eng pretended to fumble with his wallet,
it's not me.
Doyle's partner cried, "He's got a gun." Doyle reacted quickly, kicking Eng's feet and shouldering him to the ground. The pair wrestled on the department store floor, trying to gain control of the weapon. Eng began to knee Doyle in the back of the head and bit Doyle's left wrist down to the bone in an effort to get him to release hold on the gun. Meanwhile, a crowd of onlookers grew, and two old ladies sat watching and clapping, believing it to be some sort of show that the Hudson Bay Company had put on for the stampede. Somehow, Eng managed to get his finger
Don't
around
lie,
the trigger
you know
of the
you
gun.
want me to call you daddy.
The first shot missed Doyle, but in a desperate attempt to avoid being shot, Doyle placed his hand over the barrel of the gun. A second shot went off, tearing through Doyle's hand and permanently paralyzing.
That's a
three
good
fingers.
move, Fluzzy. You should leave immediately.
Fueled by a taste of
when you hear
adrenaline,
that.
Doyle pinned Eng to the ground until Calgary police arrived on the scene to make an arrest.
No, I know
After
who you're
the
talking
arrest,
about.
Eng
It
was
is
charged
not
and
me.
convicted of shoplifting, assault with a weapon, and possession of a concealed firearm. He was sentenced to 4.5 years in prison, but after serving his
Or
sentence,
at least
he
I'm
remained
assuming who it
incarcerated
is.
pending an extradition request
I could
from
be
the
wrong.
Californian authorities. In September 1991, following a lengthy legal battle, the Supreme Court of Canada granted the extradition, and within an hour, Eng was put on a plane back to California. Once there, he was charged with 12 counts of first-degree murder. Throughout the lengthy trial, Eng made every effort to stall, delay, and generally undermine the process. He sued the state over his temporary detainment in Folsom Prison, where he was caught hiding maps, fake IDs, and other escape paraphernalia. He also lodged a long series of complaints regarding the strength of his eyeglasses, the temperature of his food, and his right to practice origami in his jail cell.
The hell?
He ended up going through a total of 10 different attorneys, sometimes filing malpractices suits against them, citing incompetent representation, and was allowed to represent himself, which delayed the trial yet another year while he researched
I need to
applicable
find
laws.
the trial.
The trial finally began on October 1998, 7 years after his extradition from Canada. Despite the video evidence and information found in Lake's diaries, Eng maintained that he was merely an observer and that Lake planned and committed all of the kidnappings, rapes, and murders unassisted. At one point during the trial, Eng even managed to obtain the phone number of one of the jurors and contacted the juror at home in an unsuccessful attempt to cause a mistrial. Despite all of these tactics, Eng was finally
Apparently
convicted
he
of
filed
11
a
of
complaint
12
because he couldn't
homicides
make
in February
origami.
1999.
It's the most Asian thing I've ever heard.
Find the defendant,
Kidding.
Charles
Love
Cheetah
Asians.
Eng, guilty of the murder of Harvey Dubbs as charged in count 3. We further find the murder to be of the first degree.
This included the murders of 6 men, 3 women, and 2 children.
Are you sure she's not lurking in here? No, I'm just kidding.
These convictions were enough to sentence Eng to death, and the presiding judge rejected a motion to reduce the jury's verdict to life imprisonment.
It is the order of this court that you shall be punished by death. Said penalty to be inflicted within the walls of the California State Prison at San Quentin, California.
At the completion of the trial, the cost to the state of California was approximately $20 million, which was at the time the most expensive trial in the state's history. As of July 19th, Eng remains on death row at San Quentin State Prison for the murder of 11 individuals.
How are you gonna have Bible verses on your
It's believed that the actual number of victims was much
unless
higher,
it was like Austin
with
3:16.
Eng and
Says that
Lake's
just whooped
Miranda
your ass.
project resulting in the murder of over 25 men, women, and
Tell
children.
a girl to call you daddy. That's creepy. I mean, I'll tell a girl to call me daddy, but that's different. That's in private, not in public. What the fuck? Fuzzy, you have a strange dating story on your hands there. Interesting. That is very weird. You guys continue to talk about that for a moment. I'm gonna go grab my food from the door. I will be back. Almost back. Give me another minute. Okay, I am coming back. Need to fix my chair. The pillow fell off the back. The pillow. Thank you for your patience. We are eating chicken and rice. From Moon Chinese Bistro. I believe I'm back. I'm just looking, make sure I've got everything here. Dun dun dun. Man fed pig for lunch. Yay! Well, he was saying pork is good. The other white meat. Human. It's just chicken with onions and rice. Pretty basic, but healthier than pizza. So, step in the right direction. The correct direction. Boop, 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 boop. Next video. I guess Smokey didn't find the one video he wanted me to watch. I will move on and find something. I'll take the next one off the list of this one, which is Absolute Crime Torture Bunker. These are from Lurking, and Lurking's not even here. Well, unless she's lurking. Get it? Because that's what her name is. Alright. This is the next one. This is from, what was it again? Absolute Crime. There are a lot of true crime channels out there, let me tell you. A lot of people covering this stuff. I had a fork. I'll find it in a minute. Lur Queen. Yeah, that's who linked me all these videos. The Lur Queen.
On June the 2nd, 1985.
Called a toy box killer sounds like something I absolutely would not want to dig into, because it sounds like it involves kids getting killed. Interesting. I will check that out after. I have this one more. This one should bring a little bit more levity to the coverage of the case, hopefully. Be a little less gross. Oh no. Where's that at, Chesh? Cat. Try to figure out what I feel comfortable calling you as a shortened name for your name. Chesh. Chesh sounds fun. What's up, Chesh? Okay. I like Chesh because it's different. There's a lot of people named Cat. Oh, really? Jeez. Alright, I'm going to stick with Chesh for now. It's more fun. Actually, one last time I'm going to put a link to this video. This video is really good. They had good narration. They kept it lively. Wasn't boring. And they even explained a little bit of the backstory, unlike most of the other ones, which kind of just jumped into it. Yeah. I'm going to check out the Lost podcast on the left version of it now. Which Smokey says is good, so I'm going to hope. And last podcast on the left is kind of fun. You never know, because they do seem like extremely opposed to actually catching the guy. It's so weird. Like, I feel like if they really wanted to catch the guy, they could. So the whole Pennsylvania dude that's just all over the place is, I don't know. I don't get it. I don't get it.
At least Novak had a good enough time with Leonard Lake to suggest
Feels like
the
they had him
experience
like
to his
trapped at
new
some
friend,
point.
Charles Ng.
Just the fact that anybody could be friends with either one of these pieces of shit. It just
then
like
they never
I
pulled the
can't believe
trigger.
how long Jeffrey Dahmer needed a friend.
Yeah, but
Jeffrey Dahmer needed a friend.
They could have
These
released
guys-
a
these guys just
canine
had
when they knew
friends
he was
come
in the
out of the
forest
woodwork.
to
They're
try
like
to hunt him
poker
down.
days.
A lot of things that they could have done that they didn't do that I'm not sure on.
They have the ability for friendship slightly more than Dahmer.
I guess so, but their main focus is building bunkers and group rape.
Much less dangerous for the friend if you don't have a drill bit going through your skull in an attempt to make you a human sex zombie.
Well, that is an interesting thing about Charles Ng and Leonard Lake. See, Leonard Lake really only had one friend throughout his life, Charles Fat Man Gunner. But Charles Ng actually...
Fat Charles. It was more
Oh,
specific.
is there no
Excuse
video
me,
on this?
Fat Charles,
Boo.
Fat Charles
Never
Gun-
mind. I'm not watching this. I thought it was going to have video. Boo! True. Narration usually adds your own flavor to it. Alright, I'm going to pull up the one that Oppo linked me. Dun, dun, dun. Internet Archive. I thought last podcast on the left did video, but I guess not. I know I've heard of them before, though. So they obviously do good content. It's just not what I want to use for my show. Because it's just audio. Boring. Yeah, I'm with you, Auntie. I think they're actually not trying at all. There's zero actual effort going into catching this guy. But a lot of police being used that could be doing other things. Okay. Internet Archive here. Feel free to stop by, drop them a like. Oh, well, I guess it's not really going to be a like. Because it looks like it's on their actual channel. What? Do they not have a YouTube channel for this? Oh, God, they have all kinds of stuff. Interesting. Okay, I was gonna say, being that this is not on YouTube, I don't know if I feel comfortable with this one. We're not gonna watch that either. But if you want to, there is the link. You can definitely check it out. It'll have more information on this case that we're looking at. We're not gonna watch this. It definitely has stuff that I should not watch. Okay. Thank you, Oppo, for doing the research for me on that. Nope, can't play it. Arctic, it has like nudity and stuff in it. Definitely TOS. Definitely going to be TOS on that one. It's okay. I appreciate the attempt. So all in all, this case is probably the most fucked up one I've looked at so far. I'm sure I'll see worse at some point. Might go back to interrogation stuff tomorrow. I'm not quite ready to wrap it up tonight, so I'm gonna see if I can find a few other things. If anybody has some like shorter clips that they want to see me watch, that we want to react to, I'm gonna throw up the palate cleanser again because that's a lot of disgustingness that we've had to sit through today. So I'm gonna pop over to here, and we're gonna grab this video. Super important video. This is to help clean your eyes and make sure you're not going crazy watching this creepy stuff that we're watching. Because it's evil. And these people are evil. Ba-da-da, ba-da-da.
Mr. Ponton, I believe you have a filter turned on in the video settings. You might want to take a look.
Can you hear me, Judge?
I can hear you. I think it's a filter.
It is, and I don't know how to remove it.
Yeah, I'm not playing any of that kind of stuff. We're
I'm
all gonna watch
prepared to
this
go forward
multiple
with it.
times.
I'm here live. I'm not a cat.
I can see that. I think if you click the up.
I don't know how to remove it. I've got my assistant here. She's trying to, but
I'm willing to go forward.
Prepared to go forward with it. I'm here live. I'm not a cat. Prepared to go forward with it.
I'm here live. I'm not a cat.
I'm not a cat.
I can see that.
Oh, it's so cute.
I think if you click the up arrow next to this.
Eye bleach. Oh, needed that. Damn. I didn't get a good night's sleep. I stayed up way too late. I was on the computer until like 4 a.m. just talking to people and hanging out. It was weird. And then I woke up. I actually overslept today. I normally am up around like 9. I slept until 11. I'm trying not to. I'm sorry, Appa. I'm just horrible. I'm just a terrible person. That's all. I'm yawning, and that's making you yawn. And then I'm going to see you yawn, and I'm going to yawn. And it's just an endless cycle of yawning. And we're all going to go to sleep. Let's see if there's anything else fun and quick to watch.
If you guys are unaware,
No. Boring. Prayers from Morocco. Why? What happened in Morocco? Let's see. Earthquakes. Oh, geez. 2,862 currently, as of an hour ago. Damn. Dude, been there, done that, for sure. Were you like mid-sentence when you fell asleep? That'd be funny. Damn. Oh, never mind. Site can't be reached. I'll just watch this again.
Mr. Ponton, I believe you have a filter turned on in the video settings.
But yeah, it looks pretty bad. There's a.
Take
We're
a
trying to. Can you hear me, Judge?
I can hear you. I think it's a filter.
And the structure of their housing
It
is not like
don't know how to remove it.
sound. It looks like a lot of it's built just into the side of a mountain, made out of adobe and stuff.
To go forward with it. I'm here live.
So, yeah.
I'm not a cat.
I can see that. I think if you click the up arrow next to this.
Yeah, especially when the structures are this bad, and they're like built up a hill. I gotta be able to show you what I'm seeing. This should work. There we go. Like if you look, the way their city's set up, if something up here goes down, it slides down and keeps breaking more houses on its way down. Yeah. So due to the way these things are built, it doesn't take much to take down an entire city. One bad foundation can take out tons of homes because everything's built on top of each other. Yeah, I definitely need more palate cleanser videos. I don't like all this sad stuff. I need to find happier stuff to talk about. Like this.
Mr. Ponton, I believe you have a filter turned on in the video settings.
I haven't liked this yet. My bad.
You might want
Got
to.
it.
We're trying to. Can you hear me, Judge?
I can hear you. I think it's a filter.
It is, and I don't know how to remove it. I've got my assistant here. She's trying to, but I'm prepared to go forward with it. I'm here live. I'm not a cat.
Just that line alone. I'm here live. I'm not a cat.
I think if you click the up arrow next to.
It's so good. Oh, so good, so good. Convos with my 2-year-old, huh? Let's get a taste. Let's see what Convos with my 2-year-old is all about. Ah, wrong thing. Hello, Juan. You're on screen. Haha. Everybody can see your face. Haha.
What's good, man?
What's up, buddy?
Hey.
How's it going? No, I would keep my face up there if I didn't have to like keep my fucking mouth on the by the mic.
Do for dinner?
Ah,
No?
I see.
You can't talk to her right now.
What?
What? You can't talk to her right now because
Is this-
I'm talking.
Zach Braff from Scrubs?
That is not Zach Braff.
Are you sure?
I'm positive.
What do you want to do for dinner? No. You can't talk to her right now.
Looks just like him.
What? You can't talk to her right now because I'm talking to
I
her.
don't know about just like him. Could be like a cousin or something.
Okay, well,
Distant
that's my
relative.
wife, and I can talk to my wife whenever I want to talk to my wife. She can talk to me whenever she wants to talk to me.
No, she's not your wife. She's the princess.
The fuck?
I'm the princess right now.
See?
Well,
okay.
So
So she's playing with me. You just go over there right now.
Oh, he's the 2-year-old. Got you.
Wow, you just figured that out?
Look how much fun we're having.
Took me a second. Oh, that's so good.
Well, that was a good palate cleanser.
True.
This is definitely a good palate cleanser. After that madness we saw.
I want to see this again.
Jesus Christ.
Now that I understand what's happening, I want to see it from the beginning again. I didn't quite get what was going on. I was like, what?
Wow.
Leave me alone.
ADHD kicking up.
Yeah.
Hey,
Hey,
how's it going?
good. You?
Good.
Yeah, I have a feeling that's what I'm gonna
You
do
wanna,
too,
do
Flozzy,
dinner?
and
No.
I don't like
Can't
it.
talk to her right now.
What?
You can't talk to her right now because I'm talking to her right now.
Okay, well, that's my wife, and I can talk to my wife whenever I want to talk to my wife. She can talk to me whenever she wants to talk to me.
No, she's not your wife. She's the princess.
I'm the princess right now.
See?
Well,
okay. So she's playing with me. So you just go over there right now. Look how much fun
I don't know why. I find it insanely hilarious.
we're having.
Look
Yeah.
how much fun
we
we're
sat down
having.
next to her. Yeah. Looks weird.
And then that morphs into an actual 4-year-old. That's funny as hell. Alright. Thank you
We're
for
gonna
that.
look at-
I
we're
absolutely
gonna look at
needed that.
I can't stay up for long. I gotta do some packing because I'm moving too. I'm moving a lot sooner. But
Nice.
we're gonna look at some ghost stuff now.
Not today. Not today.
Oh, okay.
At some point in the future, I'll have a ghost night.
You want to see something funny?
Oh my gosh!
You want to see something funny?
Oh my gosh!
Oh my gosh! I found it, Lauren. Oh my gosh! Adorable. Adorable. Alright, everybody.
Adorable.
I love you all. I'm going to wrap it up short today. Sorry. Making it a 3
You wrapping it
hour.
up right now?
Yeah. I'll give it a few more minutes, but if you got anything you want to talk about, I'm down.
Oh shit! I wanted to just I like commenting on the video. I didn't have anything in mind.
Yeah.
But it's like commenting on shit.
I had like 3 other videos, but one of them I didn't watch. Like I poorly planned this out because I liked reacting live. I don't like pre-watching stuff.
Right.
One of the videos had like a content warning at the beginning, and I was like, I don't know if I want to show this one. And then another one turned out to just be a short, even though I just misread the timing on it. So I had at least another hour's worth of content planned, but I fucked up.
We could just find something.
True.
We could just find some.
Let's see.
Maybe to do some unsolved mysteries or some shit.
Let's just find a cop video. Let's find a couple cop videos. Let's go to Code
Oh, yeah, there
Blue
you go.
Cam.
You really like those cop videos,
I
huh?
do.
Did you have like family and law enforcement, or is it
Nope.
just something you like?
I just like seeing people who fuck up being brought to justice. As long
Oh,
as
I
it
see
doesn't
what you're
as long as it doesn't have to deal with like actually like getting in gunfights and stuff. I don't like all that, but like watching drunk drivers get caught and brought in, I fucking love it.
Yeah. I'm the opposite. I like seeing cops getting brought to justice. So
I
like
like
when the
that,
auditors
too.
win. Yeah, I watch more of that stuff though when it comes to the police videos.
Yeah.
Um,
I don't think people should
Yeah.
antagonize cops. I think it's stupid, and I don't want to
No,
incentivize
that's
that.
dumb.
That's why I'm staying away from any of those like First Amendment auditors and stuff videos.
You know who's a really good First Amendment auditor though that doesn't, that would be a good watch, and he doesn't antagonize anybody. His name is Long Island Audit. He's fucking amazing. He's very calm. He doesn't antagonize anybody. If anything, they antagonize him, and he just remains calm the whole time. You watch I guess you would watch a video before you put it on stream, but like, he's a
Dude, I
fucking
don't do
amazing
that.
auditor.
That's no fun. That takes all the fun out of it.
Oh, okay, well then take my word for it.
I will. I will take your word for it.
He's the only auditor. He's one of the only auditors I watch because he doesn't antagonize anybody. Like he tries not to antagonize people. That's why I didn't like. I'm with you. Like I don't like a lot of those auditors because they do antagonize like officers and
Yeah, they try to bait.
shit like that. Yeah, and I didn't care for that because you're kind of like, what's the word I'm looking for?
Cheating.
Defeating
Defeating the purpose.
defeating the purpose of your cause.
On August
You know what I mean?
25th,
Those are the
2022,
things that I don't
dispatch was notified.
This will do.
But yeah, him, and there is another one, but I forgot the name. There's like 2 or 3 of them that are really good.
Of a road rage incident at an intersection in La Crosse,
I like
Wisconsin.
watching drunk people.
An off-duty sergeant was on his way to work when a vehicle
And I also don't
passed him
feel
at 60
bad
miles
making
per
fun of
hour.
drunk
He
people who
stopped
make
behind this
bad
vehicle at a
decisions and
red
decide
light.
to
When
drive
it
drunk.
turned green, the vehicle didn't
'Cause it's dumb.
proceed even as traffic ahead started moving. While trying to pass in the left turn lane, the off-duty sergeant was blocked. The agitated driver, later identified as a 39-year-old male named Kevin, soon exited his vehicle and approached the sergeant with a concealed hand. In response, the sergeant drew his firearm without aiming. Kevin briefly backed off, then returned with a concealed hand, prompting the sergeant to now point his firearm. Kevin flipped him off and went back inside his vehicle. He eventually started following the sergeant's vehicle and called 911, claiming the firearm was aimed. After locating Kevin's vehicle, an officer initiated a traffic stop and saw him gesturing from his window toward the car in front.
No, he's gesturing for the cop to go around.
Taking off. It's going north
Or
on 6th
something.
Street to La Crosse.
Oh, maybe he
Kevin
is
continued to
gesturing the
follow
car in
the
front of him.
off-duty sergeant to the City Hall parking lot and promptly exited his vehicle with his hands raised.
Hey. Okay. Keep your hands where I can see them, okay?
He's the one that pointed a gun at me. You're
Okay.
going to let him get away?
Can you get on your knees, please? Keep your hands where I can see them, okay?
Yep. Is there anyone else in the car? No. I told the 911.
You're just gonna place you in the handcuffs right now, okay?
Are you trying to make a citizen's arrest?
I called 911. Why am I in cuffs?
We're just making sure everything's safe. We don't know what's going on. We're trying to figure out what's going on. You want to stand up for me,
What the
please?
hell is happening here?
We're just gonna go in front of the
Thank
spot.
you, Lauren.
Why am I in trouble?
We're trying to figure out what's going on.
No, how the... What's your called you guys?
Oh, cannibalism. Always a palate cleanser.
I called you guys. Okay, we're going to check you, make sure you don't have anything that's going to hurt me. Yeah,
Why would you do that?
No, I got a gun pointed at me. I'm under arrest.
You got a gun pointed at you?
Really? That's why I called the cops.
Okay.
Oh, this is how it's going to go, huh?
Until I figure out that everybody is safe, I can't get into the whole what happened.
Why do you think I was chasing him? Because my phone's still going with the 911 dispatcher. Hey.
Feels like he's got a
Yeah,
meth pipe.
but Lauren, did you just drive away from the cop when they tried to pull you over
It's
right beforehand?
Okay. Forgot about that.
I mean, we don't need the half of the department on this. I wasn't about to jump into a pursuit as like the 6th car. This called you out confusing us. Oh, he was super confused.
Yeah, I never leave the. I never leave my
I'm not
car.
going to fight you guys.
This is
Well,
Kevin.
there's a slight difference.
I'm not going to fight you guys.
I turn off my car, put my hand. I got my license ready.
What did I do wrong?
I've seen.
What did I do wrong by getting a
You
gun?
just pull
Isn't
up a
that guy
crap pipe.
white? Am I wrong?
He wouldn't stop for us right away.
Because
Yeah,
I was
he
chasing
did just
him.
pull
That's
out a
why.
crack
Can't be
pipe, I'm
chasing
pretty
people no
sure.
matter what.
But he's going to get away pointing a gun at me? I have no gun.
We're out with him. We know who he is.
I
Is
think
it your-
Lauren thought
is it-
this guy
is
was
it
like
officers
Hispanic
over
or
there?
something.
Okay,
I'm
but
not
is
sure.
it your deputy or
He
something?
definitely looks white
He
to
looks
me.
white guy.
Something that somebody like that.
It sounds
If they're
white.
trying
It's
to
just
ram
like
your
a white
vehicle
Hispanic
for
though.
not going fast enough.
I
That
know.
does
You guys
happen.
don't have permission,
Yeah,
so
but
don't even.
He
think about it.
absolutely looks
Do the right thing.
white
This,
as
this is
fuck.
what I get, huh?
We're just trying to
Like
figure out the
piggly white.
situation right now, Kevin.
Okay. Well, we take a breather.
Yeah, take a deep breath. Everything's fine.
Like
Okay?
me
It's a
levels
minor
of
thing,
white.
Okay.
He's getting changed
He
already.
said
Sorry,
me
so I'll
levels
talk to
of
him.
white. Wow.
We
Yeah.
gotta figure out what this is before you can be 5 minutes late.
That's pretty
All
white.
right,
Pull
so I'm
up-
trying to get
pull
the
up
both
like
sides
a
of the
pipe
story.
of
You're
some
obviously
kind
in
out of his
handcuffs, you're not
pocket?
free to leave at this point. What
Well,
I still
I
want
look
to do
like
though
a
is gather your
Chad.
information, your side of things.
Why am I
So-
not
I'm
free to leave
Giga
at this
Chad.
point?
Can't
Because
tell
we got
by
a
the
meth pipe on
chin
you and they
shape.
did a high-risk traffic
No, I'm
stop based
kidding.
on some
I don't
information
have
that
that
they
chin
had from the
shape.
initial
But I was the
call.
one on.
They're
hold
fat
of 911,
Kojak.
so
I mean,
that meth pipe is
Yeah,
void right
I'm
now.
more of a soy
I'm gonna pay
jack.
for that
Because it
comment.
shouldn't have been found because I was the one that called.
Maybe.
Was my life
I'm
in
gonna pay
danger
for that
with somebody
comment,
pointing
aren't
a
I?
pistol at
Later
me,
at
correct?
home.
Am I correct?
I don't know. I wasn't in the car.
Am I correct? Was my
Wait
life
till
in
we get
danger
home.
with somebody pointing a pistol at me?
Kevin, you're asking me questions that are
Was-
rhetorical.
No, it's not rhetorical. Would your life be in danger if you were pointed a pistol at?
I would say yes.
Okay, so that's what happened to me. That's why I called 911.
Before we get into this.
That's why I called 911.
Yep.
Correct?
Yeah.
So
I
the
win.
dispatcher said, "What's the vehicle's license plate?" I said it. I said, "I'm not
Oh, that's a
letting them
lighter.
go."
Okay. Before you get
I
into
want a
all
lighter.
this, I
No,
want
that
to
is
read
not
you-
a
okay,
lighter.
that's
That
what I
is
was getting to.
definitely
Good.
a
Put him in
crack
the car.
pipe.
Put him in the car.
I want you in the car.
I thought he
please.
it's
Just
like
for now, we
crack
can
pipe
take you in a
of
second.
some
Just
kind.
can you please sit in the car for me? That's all I'm
What?
asking.
Are you going first?
Okay, just, you can take a seat like that. Let's take a seat like that.
We'll
Was
go
my
back
life in danger?
and look at
Was
it.
gather
That is a crack pipe. Okay.
I'm not gonna
Hang
fight.
tight and I'll
I'm not
figure
gonna fight
things
you
out.
guys.
Look
This
one
is
more
Kevin.
time,
Kevin,
just to be
this is
safe.
I'm not gonna fight you guys. I got a gun pointed at us.
That is that's not a weed pipe.
That is absolutely a crack pipe.
Yeah.
Yep. Why? What did I do wrong?
what?
I like how
You're
you
not free to
slowed
leave
it
at this
down
point.
too.
What I still
Yep,
want to do
yep.
though is gather your
Got you.
information, your side of things.
Why am I
So-
not free to leave at this point?
Because you got a meth pipe on you and they did a high-risk traffic
Sorry,
stop based
meth
on some
pipe.
information
I
that
was
they had
wrong.
from the
It's
initial
But I
not
was the
crack,
one
it's
on
meth.
hold of
Close enough.
911.
That was
That meth pipe is void right now.
Meth.
Because it shouldn't have been found because
fuck
I was
this
the one that
happened?
called with my life in danger with somebody pointing a pistol at me. Correct? Am I correct?
I don't know. I wasn't in the car.
But am I correct? Was my life in danger with somebody pointing a pistol at
Oh
me?
no, it might have been the
Asking
meth.
questions that are
Was-
rhetorical.
Maybe there
No,
wasn't
it's not
anybody that
rhetorical.
actually did.
Would your life
Maybe
be in
you're
danger if
just
you
on
were
meth.
pointed a pistol at?
I would say yes.
Okay, so that's what happened to me. That's why I called 911.
Before we get into this.
That's why I called 911.
Yep.
Correct? So the dispatcher said, "What's the vehicle's license plate?" I said it. I said, "I'm not letting them go."
Okay.
Meth pipe,
Before you
crack
get into
pipe,
all
same
this, I would like
thing.
to read you. Okay, that's what I was getting to.
That-
Good. Put him in the car. Put him in the car.
Well, it's extremely random because, like, nothing in this made me think they were going to pull over a dude with a meth pipe. It's like, oh, we're chasing a guy who's chasing a guy. Okay. Oops, here's a meth pipe. Wait, what the fuck?
I want you in the car, please. Just for now, we can take you in a
Why
second.
would-
Just can you
Were they
please sit in the car
chasing
for me?
him
That's all I'm
too, though?
asking.
Like, what? How did this even happen?
Well, they were pulling him over because he was driving erratically, and then as they were pulling him over, he's like
Oh,
pointing at the
wow.
car in front, and apparently he called 911 too. He's like pointing at the car in front of him, like, follow him, and they pulled him
What a
over instead.
dumbass.
And then yeah, calling 911 when you have a meth pipe on you probably is not the best strategy, regardless of your
Okay,
situation.
just, you can take a seat like
Yeah,
that.
meth.
Just take a
Meth.
seat like
He's
that.
already on meth.
Yeah.
While speaking with Kevin, a strong
You
odor
could
of
have called and
intoxicants
just gave
was
like
emitting from his person.
the heading and the license plate number and dip the fuck out. If you really wanted to be a good Samaritan and turn this guy in.
I was literally walking out of the PDI.
What a retard.
I'm like, no,
Yeah,
we're not doing
pretty
this.
Said he
dumb.
pointed the gun at you?
Yes.
Can I curse
How
on
do you
your
think I
channel?
called 911?
How'd you know it was a gun?
Because he had it in his hand. If I could show you, cock your hand back, like you'd be a gangster. Grab a pistol. Seriously, right hand. No, seriously, I'll show you. Put
He's
your
not
right
going
hand
to
up.
grab his pistol and
Now
pull it
put
out
the
at you.
bottom 3 fingers down, right, like that. Now put it sideways. That's how he's holding his gun. It was a
I don't
Glock.
believe
It was
you.
a Glock 9. Dead serious.
Nobody actually holds a gun like that.
You underestimate me? Either that or it was a SIG.
Do you know him?
No.
He looks so familiar.
Kevin.
Nobody actually holds their gun like this.
Come along,
This
Kevin, for a
doesn't
second.
happen.
I want to figure
Nobody
out
does
more.
that.
Because if we're gonna do a gun,
That's totally movie
I
shit.
I wanna
Like,
make
what the
sure.
Well, who
fuck?
had the gun? Him or you say?
I don't have any gun yet.
He's claiming that.
He's claiming he had a gun pointed at him, so that's what I have to figure out.
911.
I pulled out my
But
nine.
when we pull you over like that,
I was laughing.
I know you were pointing. I know you were pointing.
Started
I'll
blasting.
be right back, Kevin, okay? I appreciate your cooperation.
Are you doing anything on this?
Yeah, I just got here, so.
That's my attitude too. What the hell?
I'm just confused. Who had the freaking gun? Is it him or?
No, he's saying Manahano had the gun.
I think if this guy's following Manahano through traffic and like blocks him into traffic or something, Manahano pulls his gun. It's like, police officer, back up or get on the ground or something, and then this guy freaks out. Just pulled the gun on me, blah blah. Blah. Then this guy calls 911. I guarantee
Okay,
the gun we're looking for.
so it's a
is
cop
Manahano's,
that he was
because
following.
Manahano felt a reasonable fear for his safety.
As well.
Off duty.
You know your rookies aren't gonna have your badge in a week, right?
Right, or what?
Because you guys can't search that vehicle, you know that, right? I called in an emergency response and I'm in trouble. My lawyer's gonna eat your guys' ass up.
Okay.
Give me a phone call. I want my lawyer right now. Before you guys even touch that vehicle, I want my lawyer right now. You know I'm right. I want a lawyer.
Dude, that's how high he was. He forgot he had a meth
I
pipe
will
on him.
subpoena the 911 dispatcher saying I called in. You guys arrested me for a gun being pointed at me. Just so you know.
But you're like,
No,
That's
you're
fine, just so you guys
probably
know.
getting arrested for the fact that you have a meth pipe.
It was in your pocket.
Yeah, but
And you were driving like an asshole.
Cutting down on how
Chasing
much you use.
somebody,
Yeah,
like
everything
following
else,
somebody.
I will like subpoena every one of you and all your body cams in and everything, okay?
What's the cap?
True, he did say something
I was
smart, but
Sorry, I got
That's what we're figuring
they don't
out
have to
right
give him a lawyer
Long
until they get
enough.
to the police station, for the record. But it is good on
Say
him
it
for
again?
asking for a lawyer. I said it's good on him asking for a lawyer, but they're not going to give it to him until he get back to the police station. He's not going to
Right.
get one out here in the street.
No, of course not. That isn't. That's not how it works.
And the simple fact that he had drug paraphernalia on him, I believe, gives them the right to search his vehicle without his consent.
Yeah, they
I'm
have
almost
reasonable.
positive.
Yeah, they have beyond a reasonable doubt to do a search.
Yeah.
So yeah, they can search his car
So
right now.
while he wants a lawyer for that, the lawyer can't stop them from doing that. He just needs to
Right.
wait until he's Mirandized and then ask for a lawyer again and not say anything else. But I bet you, even though he's asked for a lawyer, he's still going to keep talking.
They're gonna talk. I was gonna say the same shit. I was like, you still gonna
There
talk?
was no reason for him to.
See?
Was that
There he
stop
goes.
light?
All right, I hear you.
That's the whole
I want a
point.
lawyer.
After you ask for a lawyer, you stop talking.
You're crystal clear, Kevin.
Take the meth pipe charge though.
Okay.
All right.
Thanks.
I'll take the meth pipe charge, though.
I'll take the pipe. And yeah, I was worked up. I've been
I'll take the
drinking, too.
meth pipe charge. Is that what he said?
Yeah.
He's yelling here and yelling.
What a retard!
What's up, man?
What am I under arrest for?
Well, apparently you admitted to having a meth pipe on you. Is
Yeah,
that-
that's a misdemeanor. You're arrested. Let that vehicle
So,
sit there.
Kevin,
Why would you
listen.
admit?
We're talking to the other party involved right now to figure out where we're
he's
going.
smart.
Okay.
Jesus Christ, dude.
I'm not saying I don't believe you. We're talking to that party. Okay.
I don't have a gun. Do I have a gun?
I don't know. Not on you. No, you don't. I'm trying to explain the situation to you. Okay.
Well, I'm claustrophobic.
There was a lot of confusion about, there was mention of a gun. As a police officer arriving on scene with dozens of other police officers, none of us knew who
Hold
involved.
on. I'm trying to read what Auntie said here and make sense of it in my brain. How
Who's
sad is
who?
it that my sisters betrayed me on such an unforgivable level, and it affected so badly at a bad time that any gesture of kindness attempted now feels like a trap. Oh, I see what you're saying. Triggered, and I was having such a decent day in comparison to lately. I'm sorry, Auntie. I see.
We
They
try to
screwed you
brighten up
over
your
so
day
much
here.
that now you feel like every time you try to do something nice for them, they're just gonna use it against you, kind of thing. That is sad. I'm sorry to hear that.
had a gun. Could have been the other person. Could have been
I
you.
told
Could have been the
911
off-duty police
I told
officer.
the
I don't know.
911 operator. So it's an off-duty police officer, huh?
I don't know.
That's what the problem is.
Do you ever watch Impractical Jokers?
I've seen it before.
Doesn't this guy kind of look like a fat version of Murray?
I don't know their names, but he does kind of look like one of the guys.
Yeah.
We don't know. We don't know who else had
You
a
just
gun.
told me what it was.
No, I'm giving you possibilities.
Like
No, you
facial
didn't give me a
expressions and
possibility. You told me
everything.
what it was. Let's do it.
One of the
Let's
possibilities
do it.
was
Let's
that
do it.
you had a gun.
Told the truck. Let's do it.
One of the possibilities
Told
was
it.
that you had a gun.
Why would I have a gun? Who
True,
said I had a
I
gun?
can.
My
Honestly,
Can I explain
these
this?
videos
Yeah,
are kind of palate
told him.
cleansers to me as well. Watching people be idiots to cops, I don't know why. I get a
He's
kick
trying to
out
tell the
of it.
cop, "Let's go." Like, what the fuck?
Because I could laugh at them and not feel bad.
truck.
We can do that. Yes.
Let's do it. Let's go.
Kevin.
You just admitted that it was an off-duty police officer. Told the truck, let's go to court. He pointed a gun at me. The recording is there. Told the
I
truck.
don't sleep,
Tow
I
the
don't eat.
truck.
All I do
Okay,
is
I'm done explaining.
freaking geek
I don't want to hear it anymore. I want a
and
lawyer.
shake
Tow the
my
truck.
bottle.
You want the
I
window
don't know
down
what that
because
is.
of your claustrophobia, though?
No, you can suck my now.
You don't want the window
Did you
down?
say you could suck my dick now?
Now.
After conducting a records check, it was
Is that what he said? Hold on.
Tow the truck.
Yeah, he thinks he can suck my dick now.
I don't want to hear it anymore. I want a lawyer. Tow the truck.
You want the window down
This guy's
because of your
high up.
claustrophobia, though?
No, you can suck my now.
Yeah, that is what he said. Okay.
Nope.
Yeah.
After conducting a records
Wow.
check,
You didn't
believe
it was
me?
revealed that his driving
I
status was
thought
suspended.
maybe I misheard.
Subsequently, an officer conducted a
hoping
canine
for
sniff
his
on
sake.
Kevin's vehicle,
Why?
resulting
You don't
in
even
a
need to
positive
do
alert.
that. I mean, it's good to cover your bases, but the guy had a meth pipe on him. It's beyond probable cause to believe there are drugs in the vehicle.
Way beyond the probable cause.
Although maybe I'm wrong and having the dog involved is
This
important.
is the weirdest. This is.
I
you just see
love
that video.
fur missiles.
You said camera catches it.
This is my
Yeah, I
favorite
bet.
You know you guys are
term
wasting
for
your time, right?
police
I'll tell you
dogs.
right where the weed is. Officer! Hey, officer!
A subsequent search discovered drug paraphernalia in 2 baggies containing a total of 71.5
Jesus.
grams of marijuana.
You know that's illegal search, right? I asked my lawyer to be here when you search. You guys broke that.
That's the 2.5 ounces.
We got the Twisted Tea, open container.
There's damn near 3 ounces. Oh, he was selling.
Oh yeah.
Hey, where's my lawyer?
Kevin.
Lawyer.
I don't know.
He's supposed to be here present when you search that vehicle.
So the reason that
Oh, what an idiot. You smoking meth and selling weed? What a retard.
And he called the cops.
He called. That's right. He's the one that called the cops in the first place?
Why? Yes.
Oh my God. He vacuum sealed it, so that's three ounces of weed almost.
Yeah.
Right? 56.
I don't know grams
40.
to ounces. Hold on, let me look gram to ounce conversion.
There's 28 grams to an ounce, so it's
Oh, yeah,
56, 76. Yeah, it's almost 3 ounces.
Yeah, that's a lot of weed. That's a lot of weed. Yikes.
Yeah, he's definitely selling.
Do you want to hear my explanation?
No,
I'm trying to
because it's
provide
bullshit. There's no drugs in there.
Why do you call the cops when you have drugs
I'll
in
tell you
your
right where it's
vehicle?
at in my backpack. Right there. It's right there.
Let's just work through one thing at a time. This is Officer DeFore.
I asked for a lawyer, didn't I not?
You did.
Where's my lawyer?
I'm not required to provide
Where is
one
my
at this
lawyer
point.
for the search? Because I said you guys cannot search
You don't
that
get a
vehicle
lawyer for
without
the
my lawyer
search,
present,
buddy.
correct?
There are
Because it is not my vehicle, right? Like, there was a gun pulled on me by a deputy, right? Undercover or off-duty deputy, correct?
Kevin,
correct? Am I right or am I right? Am I right? Your silence says.
Am I right or am I
I'm
right?
right.
They didn't give me another option.
Frustrated, and I can understand
Hey,
that, but
hey,
I'm trying
Does it
to.
matter
Hold
if it's
on, answer my
off duty,
question first.
though?
What?
Was there a gun pulled on me by an off-duty deputy?
What does that mean?
That would be
None
more
of
of a
that
citizen's
matters
arrest,
whatsoever.
right?
By an
Technically.
off-duty deputy.
Do you want to
Yeah.
talk about this? Did you get out of your car over here?
Well, one of them
You
was
pulled a gun on me?
actually on duty,
Tell me what
though,
happened.
too, so it doesn't fucking matter, right?
Yeah,
It's
well,
like,
apparently this all started. The guy who he was following was apparently an
Uh-huh.
off-duty cop who had pointed a gun at him.
uh-huh.
Like I'm assuming to say back off, get out of here. This has nothing to do with you, kind of thing. But,
Right.
Yeah, that doesn't give him the right to chase him down.
Did he pull a gun on me?
I didn't Mirandize you,
Oh,
so
can
none
you-
of this
can you
counts.
pause it
I
again?
recognize
You
that.
guys are
But
So
doing
you think-
you're
illegal
just
search,
sitting
so
here
none of that
yammering
counts.
back
So
and
I don't
forth.
give a- Ask
Can you
my
pause it
lawyer
again?
When,
Right.
yeah,
So you think maybe he thought he was caught or something already? That's why he started
No,
calling?
because he could have just drove away. He didn't have to follow the vehicle in front of him that he was following.
What a fucking idiot.
Yeah. Like,
What a
sure, I
fucking
get
retard.
it. If you're annoyed, if you're angry that somebody pointed a gun at you, you should be. But think about your own circumstance as well. What did he think?
He
was
must have
gonna
not
come out
known
of
that guy
this?
was off duty. He must have not known that was an off-duty cop then.
I think he did though, because nobody said anything to him about it being an off-duty cop. He's the one that brought up the fact that it was an off-duty cop.
Oh, okay. So they're confirming it?
Yeah, it's very weird.
This is a strange situation.
let's talk.
Well, no, you asked for a lawyer.
You found
I
gold,
can't talk
bro.
to you about
You
any of
just
that.
asked me if
First
I want to
video
talk.
you pulled
What
up.
would happen? I said,
This is
yeah.
golden right here.
True. That's why I love Code Blue Cam. By the way, follow Code Blue Cam. Give them a like.
Shit, give this channel a like.
Yeah, this is.
I can't
Code
wait
Blue
to start
Cam.
my own channel.
Yeah, give me a like as well because I'm amazing. I'm great,
Yeah.
and I bring you entertainment and fun, and we do
That's
fun
right.
things here.
That's right.
Yeah. You said none of it matters because you never didn't read me my Mirandas, right?
No, because you asked for a lawyer.
Oh, okay.
I would have read you Miranda
so I
had
asked
you
for a
been willing
lawyer
to
to
talk.
be here present when you searched that vehicle.
Kevin,
Did
there's
you
never-
listen? No.
I'm going in circles. I'm gonna let you take over.
Did you?
You're
We're
allowed to
past that right
search, you
now.
fucking
Did an
idiot.
off-duty deputy
I'm
pull a gun on me?
I was not here for that. I'm here to
I
talk
want
to
your
you right
sergeant.
now.
I want your sergeant now.
Okay, well, you've been talking to a sergeant, okay?
I want him here now.
You were just talking to him.
I want my lawyer here.
Your lawyer is not here at this point. There's never
Then you
been a
can't search
lawyer.
that vehicle.
Listen,
You wanna bet, dude?
Listen, I do want to bet because
Bet
I'm
me
well
what?
aware. I don't have to because I know it's legal.
I want my
We don't ever have lawyers here when we're searching
Why are you
vehicles.
searching me?
Okay? Right now, we're gonna
Why are you
listen. We're past that right now. The
No,
only
why are
reason-
you searching? We're
the
not
only-
past it, you will
the
making
only
this up.
reason that I am here right now is to run you through standardized field sobriety tests. Are you going to cooperate and perform standardized field sobriety tests? You will?
Oh
Okay.
So look it up on the internet, you piece of shit.
Why are you being rude?
What do you mean? Look it up
Why
on
are
the
you being rude
internet.
to me? I got a gun pulled on me and I'm in handcuffs because it was one of your buddies. Make a record. I want all.
Because you
subpoenas.
have a
Want
meth
every
pipe
report subpoenaed.
and
All
3
you guys
ounces
are
of
body cams,
marijuana
too.
in your car.
You know I have a lot of money, right? Got a ton of money.
That's awesome.
My lawyers is gonna tear your guys apart. You're probably not gonna ever be on the force again, just so you know. And if you doubt me, wait till tomorrow.
Sounds good.
He was then transported to the police department to perform standardized field sobriety tests.
All right, Kevin, you're going to cooperate if I take you out of handcuffs and everything? Okay, perfect.
Have you guys searched my record yet?
What an
Oh, yeah.
retard.
Yeah, that's why I just get out of the car like this.
Okay, a couple quick questions. Do you have any problems with your eyes at all?
Yeah.
What's wrong with them?
I'm drunk.
You're drunk?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you wear glasses
All right.
at all, though?
Makes this easy.
You do? Okay, prescription? But you don't have any?
None of this, man.
That is weird.
Do you have any problem walking around?
Do you have any problems with your eyesight?
When I'm drunk,
Yes.
yeah.
When you're drunk?
I'm just,
What is it?
we skip
Okay.
all
I'm
day.
drunk.
I'm hammered.
Well, I got to run you through fields quick,
I'm
okay?
hammered.
No, because I'm going to pass him, so then I'm going to do the PBT, then you guys are going to sit here and have to argue for another half hour about what you should do with me. I'm drunk. Let's skip the field sobriety. Give me the drunk driving, whatever. I don't care.
Can you see my finger okay from where I hold in front of your face? Yep. What I want you to do is follow. Tip my finger with your eyes and your eyes only.
Still
Do you
making him
understand?
do it.
All right. Try to follow him, okay?
I
I
am
hate
following
these
it.
Best
tests.
you can. Don't jump ahead, okay?
Just do a new field sobriety test then. It's the same one every time.
This is standard.
I know, that's not saying that. He's annoying. It's the same thing every time.
I know
This guy
it's
won't
the
shut the
same-
fuck
that's why
up.
It's the same thing every
I
time.
know, but I'm not going to pass it.
Okay. Can we
Weird.
keep going? Nope. Just put your feet together, hands on each side. We're gonna finish the eye test, okay? You can you see my finger, okay?
No, I'm drunk.
I know. All right, just follow tip my finger, okay?
So if I say no, I'm drunk, do I still have to follow that mother?
Yeah.
Can't you do the pen or something? That's more f***ing interesting.
I don't use pens. I just use my finger. Okay.
That's what she said.
What the fuck?
Okay.
Joshua laughed.
Ready?
This guy really made a "that's what she said"
What do you
joke.
do if I
Oh
tell you
my
guys?
god, bro.
Well, I just want you to cooperate. That's what I
I'm
want.
cooperating,
Wow.
but I'm telling you I'm drunk. It's got to be that easy. Like, okay, he said he's drunk.
So do you want to do any other field spray test?
No.
Okay.
This
No,
guy
do the
gotta
first
have
one.
money
Let's do
for him
50
to be
quick then, okay?
does.
Did I not just say this?
What a fucking idiot, dude.
Anyway,
We still have to go.
His lawyer's got to be like,
We still have to give you every opportunity.
his lawyer is gonna be mad at him,
Three, I'd
bro.
say.
Okay.
My record's 3-9, just so you know.
That's pretty high. I've seen a bit higher in lacrosse, though. Are you from lacrosse?
No.
Kevin took the
0.39
preliminary
is what he
breath
thinks
test,
it is?
which resulted in 0.165.
And good. All right, can you grab a straw from
0.165
there?
is still
what is it?
huge. Ridiculous.
165. Not too high.
Yeah, because it's 0.8, right? Or 0.08.
Yeah.
For drinking, driving.
Yeah.
Nice try.
So it's 2
You
times.
guys didn't think I knew
legal.
this was coming?
So he's gonna have a test cell chart. Oh my
While
god.
double
Depending on what
checking,
state
the
he's
officer
in. But
inadvertently nicked his balls,
It's Wisconsin,
prompting Kevin
apparently.
to threaten with a kick.
They were talking
he's gonna
about
have a intensive
lacrosse.
cell
Balls
charge.
again, I'm gonna kick it.
He's got a
You'll
fucking.
have a felony, so I suggest not doing that.
What the f is another one? Just be a little bit more gentle with the balls, please. I don't give a f about another fellow.
Be a little more gentle with the balls.
Okay, then. Be a little more
With the
gentle
balls,
with
please, sir.
Just searching, sir.
Stop jingling my balls.
Copy of their badge numbers first, please.
2702. We don't have
No,
to-
no, no, we got it right down. I
This
get the
guy
right.
is,
Do not force me.
I'm not playing games.
I want my lawyer.
This guy's a
I'm not playing
bundle
games
of fun.
Don't have to.
Yes, you do have to. You must be. You must have been around the block, huh?
He's drunk and high.
Yeah.
You're smart.
Kevin, I got your property.
His lawyers.
There's this whole right to remain silent thing that you could do at
Where was
any
the guy?
time, buddy.
Where's the guy that was pointing a
Speaking,
gun at me? That was on the
definitely
phone with
not your
911
forte.
Where's he at? Did he drive his car here? Is he in cuffs?
Talk about
Why?
self-incriminating yourself.
What?
He is extremely cocky. I agree.
Thank you. That's all you need to know. Let's go. Let's go. Okay. You guys are so.
I don't know what that means, Kevin, but okay.
Dude,
It looks like if Dana White fucking failed at life.
I'm not saying you're lying. Either way, you can't drive a car intoxicated, brother.
Either way, like I called 911, so why would you guys know what's his tox level?
What's his tox level?
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I don't even know what
You guys didn't even talk. You did you order tox level?
Nope.
So now you got a guy that pointed a gun at me with no tox screen on him. You know you guys are right? No tox screen on your deputy. You guys are dumb motherfuckers.
Well, he probably also didn't have a meth pipe on him.
Officers are justified in pointing guns at people.
He was off duty, piece of shit.
He's still a police officer.
So what was his justification? I want copies of that camera light too. There was cameras on that light too. You guys are all take me to jail right now. Come on, let's go.
No.
Let's go.
Relax.
Give me the jail. Come on.
We're not going to jail yet.
Why? I want to go to jail. Let's go. I want to talk to my lawyer. You're holding me against my will. Let's go, you piece of
no
shit.
shit.
You
That's
need to do a
called
tox screen on your
being
deputy that pulled a
arrested.
gun? You know what? This is the only time I wish I was black because he would have shot me. You guys would all be. You should look up how many cases I got off on my own without a lawyer. Can I have a smoke while we're waiting, please?
fuck?
I've been cooperative. Maybe I'll let my lawyer be nice to your deputy. We could just make this all go away.
Can't smoke in my squad anyways.
I'm not trying to smoke in your squad. Shut the f. Nobody's talking to you.
Well, I'm not going to let somebody smoke that says that to me, so.
I don't give a f. I'm not talking to you. You guys pulled some Minneapolis. That's what you did. You don't think I'm not having my
I think
girlfriend?
his lawyer's getting him off on
All
this
your body
one.
cams are
No,
gonna
this
get
guy's an
I'm gonna
idiot.
pay at least $25,000 for my lawyer. You know why? Because I can't have one more thing on my record. You guys would have been better off shooting an. Seriously, I'm an upstanding citizen. What?
Can you hear me okay?
What?
Informing the accused form.
I want
Under
my lawyer.
Wisconsin
I want my
Statute
lawyer before you read that to me.
This is comedy
of alcohol or
gold.
drugs or both.
No, I wasn't.
I don't know how I accidentally clicked on how I just.
Shut the f up!
Or you are suspected of
Not
driving
accidentally.
or
I
being
intentionally
I can't
clicked
wait
on the
till I
video, but of all the videos, I have to have
Just tell
found
your
one
wife
of
to
the
get her
best.
my house and leave me
law
alone.
enforcement.
Yes. You found gold for sure.
This guy's like a whole nother level. Jesus.
Yo, this shit is weak, bro.
I have to stop it for a second.
Yeah,
Copyright
this shit
purposes
is like
and just so my brain can catch up to everything.
this shit is like overwhelmingly like fucking ridiculous.
At least he's having fun with it, I guess. Jesus.
He's
This
telling the
crazy
cops
white
take
woman
me to
was a
jail.
man.
Whoa.
True. This is Florida Man. We have found him.
Florida man. Jesus.
So where's the OWI charge?
It's on the paperwork right here.
Okay, because he just said there was no OWI.
It's
Why is he such a? Honestly, why is he such a?
You could just be frustrated with the situation too. Just like you are, right? That's why I'm here. Okay?
What did I really do wrong? Honestly, between me and you, off the books, what did I really do wrong?
You had a meth pipe, and you admitted to drinking and driving.
He's just bullshit.
Two things
Later
that are
on,
pretty
when
huge.
Kevin discussed the charges with jail staff, he said, "I didn't mean I would beat him up if he was wearing a badge. If I saw him without a badge, I would beat him up."
Fuck.
Kevin was charged with felony battery threat to an officer, misdemeanor counts of possession of THC, possession of drug paraphernalia.
Oh yeah, and I
disorderly
forgot about the
conduct.
weed. All the other stuff, I completely forgot about the 3 ounces of weed he had on him. Good God.
Also received
And he only
several
got a
traffic
misdemeanor.
citations,
Wait.
including OWI.
Pause it again.
First
Yeah,
offense.
misdemeanor
Kevin
for
was eventually
possession of THC.
He got lucky that he only got a misdemeanor for
Paraphernalia.
that. He must be in a state. He must be in a state where that shit is like really lenient on it, because like a misdemeanor for 3 ounces.
Mm-hmm.
He must be in a medical state, because that
Never
goddamn
forget about the
3
weed.
possession of drug paraphernalia. That's the meth. Disorderly conduct. That's for him being an asshole.
Why does every state have a different term for drunk driving? OWI,
I don't know.
OVI,
Operating while intoxicated.
DWI,
Yeah.
DUI,
DUI. Yeah.
OVW or something like that. Like there's so
Julie
many
found
weird
guilty of battery threat to an officer. All his misdemeanor charges were dismissed, but read in. On top of that, his traffic citations were dismissed on the prosecutor's motion,
What?
except for the OWI.
Okay.
Ultimately,
Well,
his
that's the one
sentence
that
was
matters.
withheld and was only given 2 years of probation with conditions. Online records indicate that Kevin has an extensive criminal history dating back to 2003, involving numerous felony charges.
Oh, that's why he was so
Moreover,
cocky.
He has been taken into custody 4 times within this year.
Wow.
Head over to codebluecam.com and check out our great selection.
Based. Dude's got off a few
I'm
times.
sure. Wait, what was the felony for?
OWI?
Battery of threat to an officer?
Oh, no, that was a misdemeanor according to that. Misdemeanor
No,
battery.
that was felony. Run
maybe
it
not,
back.
maybe not.
It was definitely a felony.
Maybe I missed that part.
Battery threat to an officer. All his misdemeanor charges were possession of THC,
See?
possession of drug paraphernalia, and disorderly conduct. He also received several traffic citations, including OWI.
No, yeah, the battery
first
threat was
offense. Kevin was eventually found
talk about
guilty
the
of battery
battery.
threat to an officer. All
you
his
go.
misdemeanor
See, that's the
charges were
felony
dismissed
charge.
but read in. On top
Okay.
of that, his traffic
Gotcha.
citations were dismissed on the prosecutor's
It just
motion,
wasn't up on the
except
screen.
for the OWI. Ultimately, his sentence was withheld.
It
and
wasn't a
only
screen,
given
it
2 years
came
of
felony.
probation with conditions.
If you rewind it a little
Online
bit back.
records
He
indicate
only got 2 years of probation.
After all
Kevin
that
has an
shit?
extensive criminal history dating back
What a
to
lucky son of a
2003,
bitch.
involving numerous felony charges. Moreover, he has been
This guy's
taken
a
into
snitch,
custody
isn't he?
4 times within this year.
That's why he's got
Head
so
over to
much leniency.
codebluecam.com.
He's a snitch.
There's got to be.
That's why he was telling him to
And
look
a good
into his
lawyer.
record.
A good lawyer. With his dumbass, he probably would have got off the probation. He wouldn't have gotten probation if he fucking stopped talking so much and threatening officers and shit.
Absolutely. All right, let's.
What a dumbass. All right, I gotta.
No, you're not allowed yet.
What?
Nope. You're still here. I got this one
holding
from
me
Lauren.
hostage?
This is another palate cleanser about cannibalism.
Eating my hand for my husband's reaction. You guessed it, it's cake.
Yeah,
I'm going to
cake.
watch a cannibalism documentary to really play it up.
Hey, babe. Yeah. Can you bring me some water?
Yeah,
Girl, what are you watching?
Cannibalism show, basically like documentary, like how people
Oh gosh.
interesting. When the island failed to I kind of see like how their mind goes there, you know? I can see how they, you know.
How they eat from other people?
That's not appetizing.
That's obviously fake as fuck. What
People
a
need to take some
cheater.
acting classes.
Yeah, he knew.
Yeah.
Boo.
Boo, Wendy. Boo.
Boo. What is? I don't know that song. Oh, that's the same song she was singing earlier. Never mind. I don't know that song. Still don't.
Yeah, you found gold, and you still got. These people be getting off on some shit, bro.
Last video. I got one more. Last one, I promise. And then you can leave if you want.
I might have to leave before that.
Nope.
I had a pack, bro.
It's Fan Appreciation Month at Screen Junkies, and to reward our awesome fans,
Screen Junkies,
we're making
really?
the honest trailers that you voted for. Here's your second
Here's the
place
link.
choice. From Roald Dahl.
Yeah.
Dahl. From creepy Dr. Seuss comes a classic blend of fairy tale, horror film, and 2 ounces of shrooms. Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
Are we really watching this?
Experience a movie that's pure children's wish fulfillment, but still wasn't afraid to scar you for life. That balanced out its joy and wonder with lessons on how adults were mostly idiots, kids were mostly evil,
It's short. You're
and
fine.
even good guys could freak out at any moment in a secret test of your integrity.
You lose! Good day, sir!
Candy's good, trust is bad. Got it.
True.
Meet Charlie, a sweet boy reduced to poverty because of his con artist, Grandpa Joe, a swindler who takes money for smokes
Grandpa
while the rest
Joe
of the
is the
family eats
best.
cabbage water, advocates child abuse,
What she wants is a good kick in the pants.
talks Charlie into stealing,
Let's take a drink, Charlie. Nobody's watching.
has 2 big coke nails, and goes from bedridden to dancing as soon as free chocolate comes along.
I never dreamed that I would climb over the moon in ecstasy.
We're on to you, Grandpa Joe. We're on to you.
We're on to you.
The late Gene Wilder shines as Willy Wonka, the Howard Hughes of diabetes. He isn't just a reclusive nutcase. He's also a master of sarcasm.
Don't just stand there, do something!
Help.
Help.
Please. Murder.
Crazy eyes, and very likely a serial killer.
2 naughty, nasty little children gone. 3 good, sweet little children.
Creepy.
Watch as he turns a factory
Creepy
tour into a
AF.
deadly game where only the generous survive, while the impure are disfigured in accordance with their sins, and a cult of tiny orange monsters dispose of the bodies. Don't believe me? There's no seat on the boat for Augustus Gloop. Wonka knew what he was doing,
the
man.
base votes
He
for
knew.
True.
So enjoy the
True.
film.
There
It will
was
haunt and
not
delight you for a lifetime.
a seat for Augustus
Unlike the Tim
Gloop.
Burton version, which will probably just haunt you.
Sneaky.
So experience a classic film full of unforgettable music. And to help us remember, here's Michael Bolton. Wait, did I read that right? You mean multi-Grammy Award winner Michael Bolton?
Hello, Epic Voice Guy.
Whoa! What are you doing here?
You invited me here?
Well, sure. We didn't think you'd actually show up.
Well, I did. Because I have a new album to promote, and it's called Songs of Cinema. And whatever you guys did with Deadpool...
Michael Bolton is amazing.
Aw, thank you. Then let's do this. Featuring
This
the Creepy
is the
Man
tale.
song.
Who seems like a nice guy, giving treats to you.
No fucking way.
Never ask for money, just a creepy hug or two. The creepy man can, cause he's got a white van with even more candy.
The Dear God Please Help Us song.
Oompa loompa doopity-doo.
Doopity-doo.
They are slaves in need of rescue. Oompa loompa doopity-doo. Their legs are weird cause he broke their knees. Wonka shoot up and he
Jesus.
Then we woke up in this giant factory.
This is amazing.
Get up back without getting a smack.
In the first draft, we all were
True, Auntie.
Don't believe them, Google it.
And the This Place is a Lawsuit Waiting to Happen song.
You'll fall in, burn your skin in a world of safety violations. My factory has no health regulations. We don't really brew candy right. We just toss some shoes into it. Every surface someone's chewed it. Our chocolate river is mixed with sewage.
Gross.
Oh, just go to Starring.
Starring Johnny Depp, Joe Biden His Time, When Senpai Notices You, The Lollipop Guild, 90s alt-rock band, What Obesity Used to Look Like, and America. Saw for Kids.
America.
Wow, thanks for that, Mr. Bolton.
No problem.
Holy shit.
As long as you call me back when you do the 5th Captain Jack Sparrow movie.
Ugh, they're making a 5th one?
I know, right? I can't wait.
Extra special thanks to
Oh,
Michael Bolton, whose newest
dude.
album, Songs of Cinema, is available on Frontiers Music. Go tell him
Love
thanks for
Michael
us
Bolton.
by clicking the link below and getting yourself a copy. And if you want to see a
That's- I
deleted
did
song,
not see that
along with an
coming.
exclusive interview with Michael,
That made
click
me
the box to the
extremely
left to watch
happy.
I
our
don't think
special
anybody
honest
did.
trailer commentary. Big thanks to superfans Franz H., Duncan K., and Helena M. for voting for this trailer and helping to make Fan Appreciation Month.
Thank you,
Tune
Lauren.
in next week to see your #1 choice.
That's a great one.
We are the music makers, and we are the dreamers of dreams. There's no earthly way of knowing
Now back
which
to the
direction
good part.
we are going.
We was
Daddy,
born.
I want an Oompa Loompa
All right,
now.
I really gotta go.
Snozberry.
Yeah, you're good. Oh, Captain Jack, giving them what for?
Well, it's always good as usual. Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. I'll see you next week. Well, tomorrow. I lied. See you tomorrow.
Maybe tomorrow.
You'll be here. The popper of the surf, the jester of Tortuga, Davy Jones the locker. It's what lies in store. Ba ba bow. I thought you were leaving. To the void. Boot. You're out of there. Speaking of To the Void, friend of the podcast, friend of the channel, Wick TV is currently live. We'll send you all over there if you don't mind. Just kind of throw some eggs and say YTEmpDave sent us when you get there. Just go ahead and click on that. Unfortunately, I can't actually like send you over there. So I just kind of need you to go in and be like, hey, YTEmpDave raid, YTEmpDave raid, eggs, YTEmpDave raid, eggs. You know. I'll throw one in there just so that you can see what I mean. Too many eggs. There you go. Just do that. YTEmpDave raid. Thank you, everybody. Love you. Go away. Click the button. Click the button. Bye.